What's up, y'all? Valhalla Sports Talk is on the air. NASCAR Cup Series Racing, the Coke Zero Sugar 400 from Daytona International Speedway. And Valhalla Sports Talk is here for all the action, everybody. Nighttime racing on a Saturday night. What's up, everybody? Happy Saturday afternoon, early Saturday night. NASCAR racing here on the channel today. Kathleen Schwartz in the house. Alex Black up in here. Sheila in the house. Theo Sam Eagle up in here. Saturday night racing, Theo. Still Raffian Productions. Val. What's up? What's up, Mark Guest? What is up? Got a little noise over there on my left. Noise. Ace Briscoe, Eric Amarola on the front row. Fords. A lot of blue ovals in that top 15 or so. Could this be the race that Harvick finally gets that win in his swan song season? Mr. Nobody checks in and immediately mentions another sporting event. What's up, Dominic? Natalie Decker. What's up, Robbie Crawford? You got a tomahawk for the Braves? There you go. Got it to smack the Dodgers with? Good luck. What's going on, Nathan Elliott? What's up, Kenneth Burton? Happy race day to you too, sir. What's going on, Thomas Forbes? $18 in the house, y'all. So NBC is showing nightly news right now. They're going to get right to it, I imagine, at the top of the hour. It starts here, Braxton. It starts here in about 7 minutes, buddy. 7 minutes. 7 minutes. Oh, you can't watch the race here, bro. I can't show it for copyright reasons. Copyright reasons prevent that, sir.
Noticed with Alzheimer's, it was a very unexpected bump in the road.
Oh, we will have the race audio. There is a weird echo going on there, though. What's going on, Lisa Rogers? Happy Daytona Day to you too as well. All right, we got 13 likes, y'all. Long road to 100. Black Sheep Squadron. Are you talking about on Peacock, Robbie, or what? Or at your house? You know what? I've had enough of Mr. Nobody. I've had just about enough. Bye-bye. And B checks in quick with a $10 Valhalla. Says finally we get an exciting race. I hope so, man. We need an exciting race. We need an exciting one. Hopefully Harvick can win this mug. But thank you so much for that $10 Valhalla, Brandon. It is $10 Valhalla.
So something we look forward to doing. So we'll try to accomplish that feat tonight.
Good luck.
Thanks.
As you can tell, Bubba, super hyped and focused, like he mentioned.
So Bubba Wallace is sitting in the last playoff spot.
Starting to his right in the fifth position is Ty Gibbs.
When he hold on to it.
There is a path for Ty. He is the first driver outside of the playoffs. He's out by 32, and he is with Alex Weaver of Charlotte, North Carolina. Make that Steve Post of Halstead, Pennsylvania.
Ty Gibbs down here that just sent off some pyro, and half of us hit the deck and are hiding under the stage right now. Ty, as you're set to go here, we're talking a little bit about points. We're talking a little bit about racing here at Daytona.
Does that sound horrible, that audio, y'all? I'm getting like a crazy echo, or I don't know, like a mechanical sound. Slow down, Austell. Don't be spamming my chat, bro.
With this kind of racing, how do you approach the early laps of this racing? What do you want to learn about your car? What do you want to learn here in the early laps?
I think we got a great setup, so I think it just comes down to strategy and working hard and staying up front and then going and winning.
We'll see what happens with it. That is Ty Gibbs. He starts in position number 5.
Now let's go to the front row and catch up with the driver that will lead the field to the green flag. That will be Chase Briscoe.
That was good on your end.
Racing scored his second career pole yesterday.
Yeah, it's just kind of mechanical sounding, you know, like a robot.
Everybody over at
I don't know
what's
caused that.
He, like his 16 other colleagues, will get into the playoffs with a win. Alex Weaver of Charlotte, North Carolina is with him.
Chase Briscoe will roll off first for Daytona race tonight. And how are you feeling about it? You have the best seat in the house to start it out. How do you end in P1?
Yeah, we definitely, have the best starting spot. It's just a matter of trying to keep it up there. So we had it really fast. Magical vacation players forward and qualifying.
38 in the box, y'all. This race set to start at the top of the hour. As I mentioned, Briscoe Amarola, all Stewart Haas front row, a team that desperately needed something positive to happen with the news coming out of that race shop.
A ton of Stewart Haas cars up there. So we got all the right people and all the right ingredients. It's just a matter of cooking it to perfection, I guess. So hopefully we can mess up this playoff field and get a win tonight and really
That feedback through the mic.
And try to continue to build that momentum.
You're one of those drivers in this must-win situation to make the playoffs, and I know the Ford camp has a lot of help, but at what point does the help stop and it's every man for himself?
Yeah, I think that at the end of the day, we, for us, at least Stewart Haas, we were kind of talking about that.
Testing, 1, 2, 3.
Two of us or whatever, we need to make sure at least one of us wins. So I think you're going to see all of us kind of take care of each other, trying to
Ulysses
get
sounds
speed,
good to her.
I feel like all the gloves kind of come off with 5 to go. So, I don't know. Hopefully, we're all in that position where we're
We'll just roll with it.
for the win and in that situation. But, yeah, I mean, at the end of this deal,
You're guessing 25 finish the race, Brandon?
I'm not sure what team you drive for. You're going to be trying to lock yourself into the playoffs. So, it'll be interesting.
Yeah, you're probably right, bro. Maybe more will finish because these cars don't go out. They don't wreck real bad as far as body damage,
The
but
most chaotic race. Imagine
probably
that
25
Daytona. Chase
that aren't
Briscoe, he's your big
damaged
bolster
at least.
tonight.
We have been hearing that.
What's going on,
all week
Norman
long,
Danner?
That it doesn't matter what we've experienced here before.
Hopefully
Tonight's
we
race
get a
will
good
go to the
night.
next level or
I'm
levels
hoping Harvick
above
wins.
What we have seen in the past. That was Chase Briscoe, obviously one
That
of the
does sound kind of
top racing
feedbacky,
drivers.
Thomas. I'm just going to
Eric
roll with it,
Almirola
though,
went
bro.
one-on-one
I don't know how to
earlier
fix
this
it.
week with Dave Moody. Let's talk to him now on the grid. He, too, a driver that must win to get into the playoffs. Back to Steve Post.
Sounds like it's got an echo.
Starts right alongside in that second spot in the Smithfield
24
Ford.
going to win
Just
again?
continuing to think about you. You grew up coming to this racetrack. You got your career first win at this racetrack. Seems kind of appropriate that you're running for a playoff spot at this racetrack. Kind of what's your thoughts here as you stand backstage at Daytona and get ready to go?
My thoughts
About
are
these
we
paint
can do
schemes,
it.
y'all. Which one you got?
That's
Which one you
my-
liking this
my-
week?
my
I like
thought process
Harvick's
since
4.
we got
I
on the
love
airplane
that
come down
gear
to
wrench
actually,
scheme.
Since Monday, I've got a great feeling
Sure hope
about
to see it in victory
We
lane
were gonna
today.
have Speed when we got here, and sure enough, we qualified second. So got a lot of speed in our Smithfield Ford Mustang. Now it's whether or not it's God's will, right? Like I feel like I got to go out there and do my job, execute, put myself in all the right positions, and there's so much that's out of my control, right? There's so many variables.
3 up in here. We're headed to Daytona.
I just try and focus on the things that I can do, control the things I can control, and hopefully, if the good Lord's willing, we'll cross that stripe first at the end of the night.
This sounds like a real obvious question about a fast race car, but when you look
I'm going to listen to the TV broadcast for a little bit here. But Bubba Wallace is the man on the bubble, y'all. One race is the last race before the playoffs, and he's got a little bit of an advantage, but not much over those guys that want that 16th and final playoff spot. Dominic wants all the Kyles to win. Timothy says, who's picking BJ McLeod to win? Chase Elliott on the outside looking in. Got to get a win to get in the playoffs. NASCAR's most popular driver on the outside looking in. You like that 5 paint scheme, Brandon? See that 5. Well, the Hendrick car. That's the kind of their normal scheme. Knock on wood, it doesn't look like weather there, I don't think. How many wrecks is Chase Elliott going to be in tonight? To ask RV Chuck. 2. Anyone likes, appreciate it, y'all. This is probably, y'all, the last NASCAR stream of the year. Playoffs start next week. NFL just around the corner. Dodgers headed to the postseason. It'd be pretty cool to close it out with a win by the Harvick car. Weather looks great there today, Thomas. Before I came on, I watched that bases loaded mess there in Boston. Bases loaded, Muncie up there with 2 strikes, and the umpire called a ball that was way out of the zone, down low. a strike. Muncie ejected, Roberts ejected, so they're probably going to catch the L today. Yeah, it's on NBC today, Mike. You're right. Our first time over 50 today. What's up, Dominic? Hope you're doing well. Yeah, NBC and Peacock today, y'all. Gonna be plenty of wrecks. You think so? All right, they're interviewing Ricky Stenhouse, who won the Daytona 500 earlier this year. And they are, Donald. Oh, he did. I saw that race, Timothy. I went crazy when he won that thing. Asked Mark Martin to win that one. Held off Mark Martin anyway.
NASCAR Hot Pass is
pretty much won all of, in his career, Harvick pretty much won all of the signature races. There's not a one that he did not win. He won at Indy. He kissed the bricks. He won the Daytona 500. He won the Charlotte night race. He won them all, I think. What's up, Dab Dave? Yeah, Jamie Mack won a lot of big ones too, Thomas. You're right. He didn't win nearly as many races as Harvick, but he did win a lot of the signature ones. You're correct. And the 9-car win, that's the big question, Alex. That is the big question. Can NASCAR's most popular driver find a way into the field of 16 to duke it out for 10 weeks? Try to be called NASCAR champion. This is probably the question of the day. I agree with that too, Tim. He is highly respected in the garage too. Mark Martin is highly respected in the NASCAR garage to this day. But yeah, never was able to get that championship. Subscribers, Cynthia Bernazzi, welcome to the Berserkers. General 4 will be proud. The commercial break on NBC.
I guess relief and elation combined along with every other emotion that you can think of in a positive
That's why Harvick's a legend, says RV Chuck.
Breaking through, winning the sports crown jewel race.
You know, like 10 years ago, as Harvick was starting to win more races, you know, I don't think people thought that of him. I think it's just in the last, like, 4 years that he finally has gotten the respect that he deserved. I think he won a lot of races in subpar equipment over at Richard Childress. John Gerstner, welcome to the Berserkers. General 4 will be proud. Appreciate the subscribe, buddy. But yeah, I think he kind of came into the respect thing because he was still winning races at Childress when nobody else in that organization was looking at checker flags. Of course, we all know what happened after he moved to Ford. NASCAR will help Chase get in. I bet he wins, says Greg Davis.
Into the discussion as well. We all know that Kirk
Most
got
popular
injured last
driver.
year. Pocono sat out the rest of the year, and he's come to
What's
the
going on, Clayton
conclusion
Lockhart?
that
Appreciate it,
his
buddy.
days of driving are over. In your opinion, what's
Sheila
the
still
legacy
thinks
he
William
leaves
Byron's
behind
gonna
and
win
the impact
tonight.
that he's made on this sport?
Well, he's a true champion. I'll tell you what I think on that, Mike, is the fact that he wanted to be a mentor over the course of the last 5 or 6 years of his career. He wanted to win, Mike, as you know. Anytime he got behind the wheel of a race car, he wanted to win. He did that 34 times over the course of his career. But the one thing that he would always talk about,
absolutely he
during the
did.
interview, and Alex, I'll bring you in on this, is the fact
I think
that
he kept it alive
whoever he
after
was a
Dale died.
teammate with, he, at that point of his career, wanted to make
And
that
for Harvick,
individual
y'all,
and that
the
team
big
better.
difference between Harvick and a lot of
already
other
very,
drivers
very
is
good.
throughout his career,
His next
Harvick
step
had
was to make others
sponsors
around him
that were
even better.
extremely
That's
loyal
something I will
to
always take away with
him,
Kurt.
not to the teams.
100% agree. And the reason he always did that, yes, he's a competitor, but
He was
knew
always
if
able to
everybody
get
on
those
the team
sponsors that
elevated,
stayed with him
he would be better
no
as
matter
well.
what
That's
happened.
just part of it. When
Budweiser
you think
followed
about
him to
these
Stewart
numbers,
Haas.
34 career Cup Series wins. That's 25th all time. He started 30 Xfinity
Mark Martin was a
Series
gentleman
races
racer
and
who could have
5
won
of the
many more
30.
races if he was more
started
aggressive.
28 Craftsman truck races.
Yeah, he was
won
one of the
4
fun
of
ones to
those.
watch.
He won the All-Star race. And to take it a step further about
Yeah, I saw that,
his
Clayton.
driving
I saw
career,
that
he
about
was
the
a
Dodgers.
podium finisher.
All right, here we
in
go.
the
NBC
Rolex
headed to
24
Daytona there.
Finished 6th, and
A
he
look
won
at the
only Indy
at the
500
pond in the middle of the
Mike,
track.
as you well know, his debut
Obviously
was
was
at your
made
home
when they
track
got all the
at
dirt
Dover
for the
back in
banking in the
2000.
corners.
He'll be a driver we will always remember, that's for sure.
No doubt about it. He has left quite the mark. He and his brother Kyle, the Busch brothers, getting it done in the world of NASCAR. We hate to see Kurt go. He's going to be around. He'll still be around, but he just won't be strapping up into the race car anymore, as he declared his retirement earlier today.
So
here at
Kurt
Daytona.
Busch
Gentlemen,
announces
thank you
his
so much.
retirement
We'll
from
let you take
NASCAR
our final
today,
break
the
here.
2004 Cup champion.
Green flag flying here
Says, I won't be
shortly. When we
back.
come back,
Concussions
we'll go back to the grid. Drivers
is what
continue
ended
to be
his career.
introduced and getting ready for pre-race ceremonies for the Coke Zero
COO?
400.
Parents, are you tired of helping put your kids' shoes
Commercial
on?
break. What's up? What'd you say, woman? Where I have those pizzas, French breads. Is that good? So Bubba Wallace, as we go into this, that last playoff spot, he has a 32-point lead over Gibbs, 43 over Suarez, 72 over Allmendinger, and 96 over Bowman. But the big thing that gets him out of the playoffs, y'all, is if a race winner wins that has not won this year. So that's where we're talking about that 9 car of NASCAR's most popular driver, Chase Elliott. Yeah, Dale Jarrett was a hell of a racer too, James Watson. Ryan Newman's fishing spot, Lake Lloyd. What's going on, Uncle Earl? I've got a soda pop here that I'm having, and I'll probably have some French bread pizzas during the race. Yeah, it did, Jay Ramos. Chase has won here, says Duke Chronic. The 14 car, says Alex Black. Concussions killed Junior's career too? Partially. I'm one of the few that will say it when it comes to the Junior contingent. Junior underperformed in those Hendrick race cars. He had the best equipment once he moved to Hendrick and did not parlay that into many wins. All right, they are interviewing Chase Elliott on NBC. Elliott already a Cup champion, won it in 2020. He's got 18 career wins, but no wins this season, and that's why he is on the outside looking in at the 2023 NASCAR Cup Series playoffs. When Junior moved to Hendrick, he took over the 25 team. That team is cursed, says Duke Chronic. 22 minutes until the command. Is that correct? I came on way too early. Dodgers need a home run to tie, Jesse? Let me go, Pete. Well, they didn't tie. Victory formation for the Sox. Anyone can win here, Alex. You're correct. What's going on, Travis Duarte? Win them all, says Dab Dave. Three in the house, y'all. Let's listen in on MRN.
Go and win now, so we're gonna do our best. All we can control is ourselves and our own decisions. It's really easy to get caught up in somebody else's mess at these speedways. So we'll do our best for our Ally 48 team.
Pecan pie for breakfast as dessert, asked Uncle Earl. Probably.
There we go. We'll see what
do you think, chat?
He starts in position number 31. Kim?
Daniel Suarez is in a unique position where he
Craig says this is the worst track for the race that decides who is in or out. Terrible call. Well, they did it. It sells views, bro. It's all about bringing the people in. It's that wild card right at the end.
You never know.
But let's be honest. If you think your team deserves to be in the playoffs, you should have clinched way before this. If you're going to be a team that has a real shot at winning the Cup in 2023.
And I think that we'll have to adjust as we go. But, first thing is first. We have to see how the car is handling, how the car is driving. Nobody really knows what we have right now.
I saw that, Mike.
So, we see how they
still think, look at all the Fords up top, y'all. Look at all the Fords in the front of the field.
We make adjustments and calls from there.
Daniel Suarez with a big smile on his face. He starts.
Look at all those Fords in the top 10.
I am standing with a driver who has an opportunity to clinch the regular season trophy tonight. Martin Truex Jr.
You hope they don't leave Toyota?
Lately, what is it going into these races in this?
I've heard that that's pretty likely.
Just got a great race team. We've been clicking really, I feel like all season long, and just things have been going away a little bit here and there, but really.
Yeah, so I came on too early, y'all. It's 17 minutes 53 seconds before the start of this one.
Daytona's never been the kindest to me. Hopefully tonight it is.
You only need 22 points to clinch. How do you do it? Do you just make it to the end? Or are you going after points? What's the mission tonight for the 19?
You're going with the Chevy, says Uncle Earl.
Race, it's always a tough one to figure out, but I think if we can stay near the front, that's going to be our best chances to get points.
Martin Truex Jr. rolls off.
Yeah, lots of rumors about Hamlin, lots of rumors about Stuart Haas selling off charters.
And Eric Jones down here taking photos with sponsors.
It's going to be a wild, silly season, y'all, in NASCAR.
Big night for a guy who's won a Daytona in the summer before. So for you,
I'm hoping the Dodge comes back.
About what you and this team can do here tonight.
I feel good. I mean, just kind of where our next gen program's been on Speedways. It's been good. We've been close. We just need to close them.
Yeah, I saw that, Nathan. It's been all day today with illegal streams.
Chaotic in this race for a few years.
I don't get it, y'all. I don't understand how a channel can literally show these events and have nothing happen to them, but I play some audio in the background. And it plays just fine for over a month. And then I get a copyright warning. I just don't get it, y'all. I don't get it. It's very frustrating.
Push a little bit and try to get yourself in position, but
it is very frustrating.
Before even halfway in the race, so it'll be a little bit of both. Trying to make some moves, and if your car's fast, I feel like you can get up there and make it work. But
Michael McDowell's going to start way on the back there, 39th place.
You kind of get stuck side by side here in these two lanes, so we'll see how it goes. Hopefully, like I said, speed's good, and we can take a few risks early and try to get ourselves some good track position.
That's Eric Jones, cautiously aggressive.
Two Toyotas that are in the top 10 there are Wallace and Gibbs in 4th and 5th.
Chase Elliott's down here leaning up against the Chevy Camaro. Chase, we've been talking to you and everybody else about
Jay Ramos, I think I would prefer to see Dodge come back, personally. But, I mean, I know they're a foreign car company in essence. Hate to break it to you, but I know in essence they're really a foreign car company as well. But I think I'd rather see Dodge come back before I saw Honda enter.
Having to win here at this event. So just, look, we're going to try to.
But I mean, part of it is all.
We can all night. I feel like we're prepared.
I mean, we've gone so far from our roots in NASCAR here. And I'm not specifically a Toyota hater by any stretch of the imagination.
Wish you the best.
Thank you.
But these are kit cars out there now, y'all. They are kit cars. They're not what us old timers grew up with. Cars with sheet metal that crumpled and flew off during accidents. These things are like Hot Wheels. Look at the bottom of these cars. There is you don't even see a drivetrain underneath them anymore.
Come close. I mean, the team has had performance in the car, but it's not been race-winning performance, and that is what they, along with 16 other
Cadillac in NASCAR.
Chase will start deep in
Is Cadillac even still around? I think they are.
Chase Elliott work his way to the
What's
front.
up, Nico?
The question is, for you Chase Elliott fans, can he accomplish that tonight and work his way into the 2023 playoffs?
Oh, I hear you, Greg Davis. I hear you.
Ruoff Mortgage wants to welcome
I hear you, man. Disaster is just around the corner at Daytona at any moment. Hey, Raymond says definitely would want Dodge back. Corvette's going to be its own brand now, Duke? I didn't know that. Could you imagine a Cadillac sport utility? I mean, a Corvette sport utility? I hadn't heard that. Because I've been out of the car business a while now. I've been out of the old car business for a while now. Still GM, says Dennis Hyde. We might do a new Camaro when it goes away. Hopefully they don't screw it up, y'all. General Motors made a lot of mistakes. I mean, how do you go from that 96 Impala and then bring the Impala back and make it a front-wheel drive car with no balls? I don't know, y'all. They didn't call and ask me. Thomas has been to the Corvette plant in Bowling Green. Were you going to pick up a new Corvette? I know when you buy a Corvette, you're allowed to go there and pick it up off the line if you so choose. If you order it. Oh, I've seen it, Duke. I've seen it. It's a abomination. Look at the Ford look at the Ford Bronco, man. What the hell is that? 40 likes. Appreciate it, y'all. I read something the other night that, they totally screwed up the Bronco, but I read something that they now have like a large version of the Bronco. How stupid is that? Dennis says, I am a child of Detroit and Auto World, GM, Ford. Most of the family worked for and still do. Good for them, man. Good for them. Glad they made it. Glad they made it through the carnage.
Wonderful stories they share. Now, get ready for an
Oh, you went when you were in high school during a field trip. Yeah, if you order a Corvette from a dealer, you have the option to go pick it up at the factory yourself. Obviously, all the paperwork and stuff has to be done prior to your arrival. And you have to handle licensing and all that stuff. But yeah, you can go pick them up right at the factory. Dennis said, no jobs for me, though. Theo says, if you all missed the pew pew, you missed some fun pew pew. I'm going to get on and play with you again tonight, Theo. I'm going to jump on there and pew pew with you again tonight, bro. Most all new cars are not worth the money now. One scratch and the car gets totaled and the insurance goes up. Hey, appreciate it, David. How is USC doing, David? David, did you manage to get that Caleb Williams bobblehead from the Dodgers? Pew says Jay Ramos. El Segundo going to play for the Little League Baseball World Series Championship tomorrow. Let's go. Fight on, Eagles. Fight on, Eagles. I heard that they won today. What if they won it? Holy crap. Yeah, I streamed on the gaming channel, Sheila. I streamed on the gaming channel last night. Toyota kicked American cars behind in the 80s and shook up everything. It was the best thing to happen. $46 to kickoff. I'm going to try to get you one of those Caleb bobbleheads, David. I'm going to try to get you one. Healy, you and Dab Dave should have your bobblehead here within the next couple days. Marquise Carter checks in and says, I am happy. Good. Good. All right, let's listen in. I might be missing some stuff.
So are the fans, so are the drivers, so are the teams, and so are we, as we get set to go here tonight at the World Center of Racing. Let's go trackside for pre-race ceremonies for the Coke Zero Sugar.
Hey, can you guys hear the audio in the back there?
Please rise as you are able and remove your
I'm going to go off camera for the national anthem, y'all, and the invocation.
Our nation's colors. Here to offer today's invocation, please welcome from Advent Health, Sam Mercado.
Good evening, Daytona. Join me as we ask for God's presence in this place. Almighty God, we gather here today for a day of recreation and fun. We pray for your protection over the drivers, crews, fans, and all those who made this event possible. We ask for blessings over our racing community, our military, first responders, and all those who serve. And we pray for your presence to be felt in this place throughout our country and world. We ask these things in your holy name. Amen.
Here to perform our national anthem, please welcome Kelly Kawayatek.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star
National Anthem.
Will they find a home?
All right, y'all. All right. National Anthem complete. I thought it was a pretty good rendition, too, until she tried to make it all about her at the end. El Segundo says, Greg, let's go, man. Let's go. Atria Roy D, that's the town that I grew up in that's going to the West final. The West team, El Segundo. I went to El Segundo High. What's going on, Patriot? What? $44 up in here. I don't know. Maybe I stream that tomorrow. I wonder what time that game is. I have a number of friends that played for that team. Noon on ABC. There's so many people that illegally stream those games, Greg. I don't know, bro. You went a little too long there, David. Yeah, that umpire screwed us on that bases loaded, Patriot. That umpire screwed us. The one that got it where Roberts and Muncy got ejected. That ball wasn't even close. It wasn't even close, y'all. Little home cooking on that one, I think. But what you gonna do? Dodgers got to win tomorrow and win the series. That's the important thing. Win 2 out of the 3. If they can do that on the road, win 2 out of 3 of all the series, we'll be Gucci. BBH, hey Val, I am out for dinner, but I wanted to drop in, say hi, and hit the thumbs up. Have a good race. You're the best. Wish you well. CVH, appreciate it, buddy.
Hope to join the elite group that will run for the 2023 NASCAR Cup Series title. The Coke Zero Sugar 400 is a 400-mile.
Yeah, there was a bad call on Freddie's at bat too, but that wasn't the deciding call. You know what I mean? You're sitting there, guy's got 2 strikes on him. I don't know. You can't miss that call, man. You cannot miss that call that badly.
He's fully aware of what hangs in the balance and the type of racing it's likely to produce.
Just can't miss it that badly.
It's going to be the most chaotic one just because you have so many good cars that are going to be in desperation mode. You know, you look at the 48, the 99, the 9. There's just a ton of really, really good cars that are going to have to win probably to get in. So it's going to be the most exciting cutoff race I think we've ever had in the history of the sport. And hopefully all of us, come out of that deal safe because there's
so we got no weather affecting us.
And just guys that are going to be on the rev limit.
Let's go, man. Let's have a great race.
Daytona International Speedway. It's the regular
None of this single file bullshit for 30 minutes straight.
400 is next.
Live on the Motor Racing Network. It's the NASCAR.
Appreciate it, David.
Get a big thumbs up. Get ready to rock and roll past the race cars today, pal. Go boys, let's execute. Have a good day.
All right, sun is setting at Daytona International Speedway.
Daytona International Speedway.
As I mentioned before, Bubba Wallace on the playoff bubble, 32-point lead over Ty Gibbs, 43 over Suarez, 72 over Allmendinger, and 96 over Bowman. But if a new guy wins the race, somebody that has not won a race this year, hasta la vista, baby. I should say unless it's Harvick or Keselowski as well.
The official mortgage partner of NASCAR. By Skechers, comfort included. By Wendy's, double up on deliciousness with Wendy's.
No issues, Donald. We need it. We deserve it, bro. Shit, we had like 10 weeks in a row.
Wireless. That's That's the Straight Talk Talkin' by O'Reilly Auto Parts, your professional parts people. By Toyota. For the latest Toyota racing information, visit toyotaracing.com. And by
I don't know how they would vent that, David. I mean, the place you would think they would do something like that would be Vegas, but I have no idea how they would vent it. You have 80,000 people die of carbon monoxide poisoning. Could you imagine an indoor racetrack? That would be nuts.
Next on the Motor Racing Network, Jeff Striegel alongside Alex Hayden and the NASCAR Hall of Famer Rusty Wallace. One spot remains. That's the storyline coming in. Let's start there.
Yeah, race within a race. Everybody wants to end
Brad
up in the
Duper
Royal
wins his
victory
Kerm.
lane, but somebody's going to get the last spot to race for a championship in 2023.
Got a big crowd here. And
General Thor out there barking.
Let's go trackside now for the command.
What's up, Simba?
And now, race fans, here to say the most famous words in motorsport.
What's going on, Bobby?
Florida Atlantic University men's
Bobby, we going to play Pew Pew tonight? You going to join us? Or are you too busy? And here's the command. Let's score it.
Drivers, start your engines!
10. That was the best one all year.
From the pit lane, the lights have come on.
No way did I think that would happen from that dude. No way did I think it would happen from that guy.
Summer sound like in a new Chevy? Find the best way to the ballpark with the
Too funny, y'all. Too funny. That was too funny. Definite 10. Billy at 8. A solid 9.5. 10 says Sheila. 8.5 from David. 10 for sure says Jay Ramos. 8.5. He's the best one all year, in my opinion. Yeah, it was that almost the entire second half of the season, David. Best one all year, no doubt. But the dude didn't look like the guy that was going to be the one to get the 10, y'all. He did not look like that dude. Clean shaven. Clean shaven little guy, and he goes out there and rips it. 8.5s, though. I see some of you rated it pretty low. I don't know. I don't see no 6s or 5s, though. My boy from FAU says Donald Thomas. 10.6 is Marquise Carter. Oh, man. I don't know why I got this noise here. Who was he? I don't know. I think like maybe a guy from Coca-Cola. I'm guessing. He was some executive from Coke. Talk about Death Race 2000, no doubt. I imagine he was some Coke executive. So my audio that I'm feeding to you all is ahead of the telecast, so I'll have to watch that. David says he was a basketball coach from somewhere. Huh. Duke says after the race in the pits, there will be blood. You have to have all electric racing cars? Yeah, that's true. I saw Death Race 2000 in 1975, says Donald Thomas. Who do I think is the best team for NASCAR? Well, you got to give it to Hendrick, don't you? I still think Hendrick is the team to beat. He was the FAU baseball coach, says Donald Thomas. Oh, wow. Let's listen in and see what we got.
And bring in the voice from Barrie, Vermont. It is Dave Moody.
Thank you, Jeff Striegel. Good evening once again, everybody, from high atop Turn 2, the Sunoco Tower, just adjacent to the outside retaining wall here at the World Center of Racing. 31 degrees of banking here at the west end of Daytona International.
Got an owl on his shirt.
40 feet deep wide from the double yellow line.
All right, the V-Homie detectives are on the case.
All the way up to the safer barrier.
Thinking repent says if Chase doesn't win, we will get a shot of the agony of defeat.
In an emergency, they can even bust a 4-wide move, at least with a little bit of luck to help them along. That 31 degrees of banking falls away very quickly at the exit to the Daytona Super Stretch.
Yeah, let me ask y'all a question about Daytona specifically. What was your favorite type of Daytona racing? You remember when they had to run in tandem, 2x2? You remember that time?
Now let's go to the other end of the property in Milford, Delaware's Mike Bagley.
Thank you, Dave, and good afternoon and evening, everyone.
That was crazy. They would have like 50 lead changes in the race.
And directly ahead, I'll pick up the cars as they exit turn 2.
And 2 cars were able to zoom by 8 of them. You remember that?
Daytona, help in numbers is what is on deck here tonight. If you want to make any progress, you've got to have some drafting help.
Ace usually does good in must-win situations, says Duke. David says tandem was tense. Donald says I liked it before they had plates.
Over here on the backstretch at Daytona, and I'm covered, actually positioned on a platform at the end of the Daytona Super Stretch to cover it here for you tonight.
All right, they are rolling off pit road, y'all.
3 and 4, they'll do so under the watchful eye of Barbersville, West Virginia's Jason Toy.
All right, thanks a lot, Bagman. Paint the picture for you here on the east side of the racetrack or towards the beach side of the Daytona International.
Are you talking about the national anthem, Bobby? We were talking about the command to start engines. Yeah, she did. The national anthem girl did screw it up at the end when she tried to make it about her. I remember when the Koch brothers didn't have something to do with racing or car manufacturing, says David.
Anticipation of green flag pit stops is trying to get to the bottom part of the racetrack, trying to come in with your group and be able to get
Are you pew-pewing with us tonight, Bobby?
make your way down the pit lane. So we see a lot of action happen here.
Theo says roll out drivers.
Should be a good one here tonight. Beautiful crowd in the infield.
Bobby, Theo and I need help in the plundering.
And head back to the view of Alex Hayden and Jeff Street.
2 rows side by side. I love that too.
Wallace, 18 degrees of banking here at the
You're right, Jay Ramos. They might sell 2 of their charters. The departure of Busch Beer from Stuart Haas might be what ends it. Might be what ends it. I'm a Sox fan, and even I said that is a BS call, says Bobby. It was a BS call, bro. That's all right. You guys really need a win to try to keep in that wild card thing. 10 and 41, maybe goners. Yep. I'm for Elliott. This situation will reveal a lot about him, says Think and Repent. I don't know that it's that serious. I mean, he got hurt. Was out a while. Donald Thomas says, I'm back from China, so I can't tell you who wins. I'm sure I understand that.
Seconds? What got Indy?
All right, pace car towing him around the high banks of Daytona International Speedway. It's the Coke Zero Sugar 400 here on Valhalla Sports Talk. Our last likely NASCAR stream of 2023, and I want my guy Kevin Harvick to bring home the checkered flag. Do you remember those days of racing and lap cars would try to take out the ones on the lead lap? We used to have a Mark Martin jacket. There's just over 30 games in order to make the wild card. They need to win about 20 of those games, and I just don't see it happening, says Bobby. There's actually 3, Jay Ramos. There's actually 3 monster cars today. 53 likes, y'all. I appreciate it.
Glenn's braver.
53 likes. If you watch them go by there's actually 3 monster cars, Jay Ramos. Into the psychedelic one is that 48 car. It's not like a big driver, but I think it's like numbers 14. I don't know. It's one of the earlier numbers.
Back here at Daytona International Speedway. Pace and parade laps ongoing. Gives us an opportunity.
One of the earlier numbers, it should scroll by here right now.
Straight Talk. Straight Talk Wireless. That's the Straight Talk Talkin'. Available at Walmart. We'll start with the Motor Racing Network lead pit reporter from Halstead, Pennsylvania, Steve Post.
When we last left Daytona, it was February.
What's up, Regine?
Race. It was the Daytona 500 and Ricky Stenhouse.
If Harvick wins, it won't be the last stream, I bet, says David.
They have had a great time coming back.
You might have a point.
Before they even landed, they talked the pilot into making another lap around so they could all snap pictures and celebrate overlooking this racetrack. When they arrived, they went over to the Motorsports Hall of Fame Museum where their car is enshrined. Ricky went and checked out the Walk of Fame where his hand and footprints are forever captured in the concrete there, and they really had a good time celebrating that big day in Daytona.
I'm pretty sure there was, the 36 is also a monster car. The 36.
And if he were to sweep, this racetrack has hosted 2 races since 1959. He would become the 6th driver.
Riley Herbst. Riley Herbst has monster. He has them in the lower series as well.
Someone swept here at Daytona was 10 years ago. It was Jimmy Johnson.
He's going to start 10th today, Bobby. Harvick will start 10th, but Stuart Haas has all 4 cars up there in the top 10, including Briscoe and Amarola, who are on the front row.
In the regular season point standings, he sits 33 points behind William Byron in 3rd. With top 10 finishers in the regular
What's up, Garrett? You're at the race?
Points. The JGR number 20 team told me their goal tonight to try to hopscotch Byron in the standings. It would give them 1 additional playoff point, and while that may not seem like a lot, we've seen in past years drivers miss making rounds of the playoffs by a single point. Every point matters, and this team is coming off back-to-back top 10 finishes.
Well, Jared in the booth today on NBC/Peacock. We, of course, are listening to MRN Radio, y'all. MRN Radio.
There are 17 drivers who are still hoping to punch that ticket.
No live at the at the race. That's what I'm saying. You're at the race, bro?
Alex Bowman enters tonight's race in a
What's up, not your bomb?
situation. He finished 5th in this year's Daytona 500. He led 12 laps.
Regine rooting for Eric Amarola to get a win today.
Super Speedway. And he's hit or miss here. He's looking for a rebound to his season. He missed races for a broken back earlier in the season, but he only has 1 top 10.
42 in the house, y'all. Let's share this stream out. Get some folks in here.
Both need a win. Not only does he want a playoff berth,
Do the same thing. Send it out on my Twitter.
Could it be the day for Alex Bowman?
All right, we're going to find out real quick. Kim Kuhn, Ryan Preece on pit road. What's the latest there?
Ryan Preece reporting to the team, no power steering. I checked in with them. They say they don't necessarily have a plan yet, but this is going to be an uphill battle for a team that's also in a must-win situation. We'll keep you posted on that story, but no power steering for... Okay, so they plugged it back in and it's working now? They're saying it's working now. I'm just getting a signal from the team that they unplugged it, plugged it back in, whatever that means, and that they do have it.
You live south of Daytona, Donald?
Kim, we are ready to go. The regular season finale and to call
Through Jay Ramos.
From Goldsboro, North Carolina, it's the Motor Racing Network's Alex Hayden.
Green flag goes in the air, and the Coke Zero.
All right, here we go.
400 at Daytona is
Here we go.
underway. From the outside lane, pole sitter from Stuart Haas.
Get you to the stat page as soon as it becomes active, chat.
Slide down into the low groove with the lead as they make their way through the banking of turns 1 and 2. Low line for the moment has the advantage. Second place man in the outside lane is no better than 4.
Here we go.
Bubba Wallace.
4 Fords line up to lead the inside lane, led by Chase Briscoe. A Toyota in Bubba Wallace lines up outside, and here they come. Full head of steam. Bubba Wallace now up to position number 2.
Huge momentum in that outside lane as Bubba Wallace leads him up into that second spot. He's side.
And they're saying the momentum's in the outside, but it's the inside that's moving forward.
Thunder off of turn number 4, now back to the Trioval, lap 1, done at Daytona. Give the advantage by inches to Chase Briscoe. To his outside, that's the Toyota driver of Bubba Wallace.
Bubba's got some plans on changing that.
All right, Briscoe is up front in that blocking position.
Back comes Chase Briscoe on the inside. They are dead even now. Briscoe slides up the banking a bit, trying to side draft off Bubba Wallace with the super stretch.
The entire field is side by side. Nobody in triple wide action. No one in single file formation. Up front, Almirola's going to give the shove to Briscoe. Back to the lead.
Big teammate push right there for Almirola. He'll slide Briscoe back out in front. Now,
Come on.
He wants to run. He stays in the bottom part. He'll slide up to the top part. Back to the bottom again to lead the field.
Boy, talk about a driver with a lot of pressure. Bubba Wallace, I mean,
Bubba Wallace with that Luke Combs paint scheme. Looks racy out there.
Points right now. He is definitely not locked in for the chase for the championship. That is for sure. He's got to run good.
Rusty Wallace in our ear, y'all.
And try to win.
The great Rusty Wallace of the Blue Deuce.
Pressure on his shoulders right now. He's not a comp cat right now, I call it.
You have to play offense here to put it in football vernacular. You can't go into prevent defense.
Our lap 3 of 35 in stage 1. They are still 2 by 2 by 2 entirely through the field.
Another big push this time for Chase Briscoe. Puts him out front. Brings Harrison Burton with him. Also Ty Gibbs. So the front four, single file. They're side by side for fifth on back.
Inside lane right now.
Appreciate it, Dave.
Around this 2.5-mile super speedway. They begin to pull away just a bit from Bubba Wallace. But Ty Gibbs will jump lanes, go to the top side right in front of Bubba.
He'll try and lead that high line locomotive populated at least at the front of the line.
Gibbs wants that front.
No better than 4th and 7th and 9th right now. Now high groove charging off turn 2.
Outside line starting to lose a little steam. Bubba falls back to a side-by-side battle for 5th. He's trying to get those troops rallied up top. He's up to a battle for
Briscoe's lead about 1/10 of a second over Almirola.
Ty Gibbs into that 4th position. He's side by side.
In this field today, you've got 18 Chevys, 15 Fords, and 6 Toyotas.
And they're going to stay right at the bottom of the racetrack are the top 3. Back to the start-finish line, lap number 4 in the books. Chase Briscoe, Eric Almirola, and Harrison Burton. That's the front 3 on the bottom.
Little 3-car breakaway.
About the 6th spot. As is often the case here at Daytona in the early going, the low line seems to have.
Look at all them Fords, absolutely.
It traditionally has benefited the outside lane. There's 3 wide back around 8th and 9th position with Ryan Blaney up high.
Ryan Blaney, the first one to step into 3 wide territory. He was out there for a moment all by himself, and now he will be. Oh, and he's going to wedge his way in.
Uh-oh, Riley Earps gets caught in the middle.
Blaney slides into that spot further back 3 wide. That is Austin Hill on the back end of the top 20. But up front, we continue to see the top 10 now, single file in the bottom part.
12 gets shuffled out.
Lap 35, but I'll tell you what, generally at this racetrack around lap 20 is when those cars start getting a little loose. They start slipping and sliding all around the racetrack. And here at Daytona in August, a hot August night, you got to believe these cars are going to start slipping and sliding again. I'm predicting around lap 20, 25. Look for some stuff to start happening.
And Baggy, it was Ryan Blaney.
He's in there, Regine.
Back on the outside, but tucked in front of both of his team Penske.
Breaking apart a little bit there, Jay Ramos. Breaking apart a little bit for sure. Down low is the place to be, it looks like.
Trying to get regrouped once again, trying to form some
Lap 6 of 35 in stage 1, 6 of 160 in the race, 155 to go in the Coke Zero Sugar 400 from Daytona.
Continues to be the race leader. Then the battle for 8 stacks up. That's where A.J. Allmendinger on the bottom of the racetrack trying to make some work there.
Ty Gibbs leads that outside line charge, but he has fallen back into that side-by-side battle with Allmendinger for position number
Harvick
8.
back to 14th.
Turn 2, all chasing Chase Briscoe.
7-car breakaway at the bottom of the racetrack. Out of 2, Chase Briscoe there with the lead.
Daytona, the great equalizer.
You got
Yeah, it is.
Burton, Kyle Larson, and Chris Buescher. Now things get dicey from 6th on back.
Some of the Toyota drivers from Joe Gibbs Racing pair up.
Let's go Hamlin, says Kathleen.
Truex Jr. That is now up on the top side. Christopher Bell with him. Ty Gibbs all nose to tail.
3-4 Toyota is lining up on.
Yeah, it looks like the bottom is the place to be, Jay Ramos. Looks like the bottom is the place to be.
In the running of the Coke Zero.
I don't know what happened to our audio.
400 at Daytona, top 5. It's Briscoe over his teammate Eric Almirola. Harrison Burton right now is 3rd.
Briscoe's led all the laps, Regine.
Ray Magliozzi here for eBay Motors. Okay,
All right, little commercial break, y'all. All right, so NBC goes to a commercial as well, chat. NBC to a commercial as well. The leaderboard is on the right, on my right, your left on the screen there. It's 14, 10, 21. Briscoe, Amarola, and Burton. 3 Fords lead 1 Chevy of Kyle Larson, who's currently in the 4th position. Dealing with your dad's family drama. 44 up in here. Got a long night of racing. Come on, 24, says Sheila. In the chat, y'all. In the chat. Let's hear where you're from, everybody. Let's hear where everyone's from. I'm going to do this like chat sports. Type 1 in the chat if your butt itches. Type 2 if your ear itches. Type 3 if you've lost your left toe in the last 24 hours. Kathleen checking in from North Texas.
For the Nascar trucks.
Rochester, New York for Alex Black.
Wide open this podcast.
Southern California for Dab Dave. Stuart, Florida for David Thomas.
We also hear behind this.
Southern Cal for David Bebb. 53 up in here. Welcome to Valhalla Sports Talk's coverage of the Coke Zero Sugar 400 from Daytona International Speedway. Chase Briscoe is the race leader. Amarola second, Harris Burton third.
Toyotas are working very hard to find one another. 5 of them have, and they are led by Denny Hamlin, who is working the outside lane.
Toyota's trying to team up to make it happen. Only 6 of those in the race.
He is making progress. Denny in that outside lane now running even with fifth.
He is, and he's been stuck at the bottom side of the racetrack, and all the Toyotas trying to find one another here in these opening 11 laps. Who finally found an opening, slid up the racetrack. He'll be the
Simba checking in from Georgia.
Now with all those Toyotas on the back bumper.
United States of America.
Rusty Wallace, they make it look easy.
Sheila, California, born and raised.
And get in line. And,
Excuse me.
Over the course of 10 laps, we had 5 Toyotas find one another, get in line, and
currently on lap 12 of 35 in stage 1, 12 of 160 in today's race.
Only a handful of laps into this race right now.
9 minutes, 18 seconds into this telecast. Average speed 189.650. Last fast lap was 193.241.
Do that, Jeff, as the race goes on. Those tires get slick, and those cars kind of start to quit handling.
As the field continues under the green flag, 12 laps in, let's take a look at the leaderboard, brought to you by Wendy's.
Dean says, Amarola, yay, keep focus, keep up that momentum.
Single, spicy chicken sandwich, 10-piece nugs, or a medium frosty. And
Keys puts a 2 up in the chat.
Double your deliciousness, hurry. This BOGO deal won't last.
We're going to do this on lap number 13. Chase Briscoe, Eric Almirola, Harrison Burton, and Kyle Larson.
Keys checking in from Gardena, California.
As they come across the line, 2 by 2 behind that.
Land of the card halls. Want to play some cards? Go to Gardena. Go to Gardena if you want to play some cards in Southern Cal.
Austin Dillon completing the top 10.
Ty Gibbs is 11th. Kyle Busch goes 12th. Bubba Wallace is 13th. And Chase Elliott is up to 14th. Riley Herbst is backslid to 15th. You've got Eric Jones 16th. Kevin Harvick is 17th.
Toyota's trying to work together on that top line, Jay Ramos.
Joey Logano at 20th is Tyler Reddick.
Austin Cindric 21st. Ross Chastain 22nd. Daniel Suarez 23rd. Todd Gilliland 24th. And Michael McDowell 25th. 26th, William Byron, 27th, Ryan Preece, 28th, Justin Haley,
Brad Keselowski, what's going on with him, y'all? He's all the way down in 38th position.
Then you've got Josh Berry, Corey LaJoy, J.J. Yaley, Brad
Keselowski sandbagging, trying to miss the action up front.
Then 37th, Daytona 500 champion
Mark Guest checking in from southern Wisconsin.
38, and Chandler Smith, 39.
Alex Black reports, here comes the dinger, A.J. Allmendinger.
Xfinity Series in action.
He started in 10th, Regine. He started in 10th. Amarola can smell it, says thick and repent. You can smell that bacon.
At least here in the early going.
Amarola can smell the bacon.
As memory serves, it did take a while.
Dukes is 9 in the top 10.
To pull even with the bottom lane and then eventually become the
I'm showing him in 12th currently, Duke.
We've seen it happen before, but so far, even with Denny Hamlin serving as the locomotive in that outside line draft.
Little 7-car breakaway on the bottom side.
So as the field works down the Daytona Super Stretch, Mike, there was no
We're approaching the halfway point of stage 1.
For that matter, only lap these drivers had in their race cars was their qualifying lap, or if you made the final round, second lap. So it's pretty much a feeling out period right now, wouldn't you say?
It looks like it, Alex. Looks like he's just hanging out back there. All right, we're on board on NBC with Kevin Harvick's in-car camera. He's looking at the back end of that 36 monster car. That is one of his teammates, in essence, that races in the Xfinity Series.
Denny Hamlin has jumped to the outside to lead a lane. He's normally dragged that lane all the way to the
Harvick
front.
on the low side.
Jumped out and jumped up in front of Martin Truex Jr.
That lane is getting longer.
And they are slowly starting to lose touch with the front 5, front 6, as they continue in side-by-side formation, while the front 5 begin to tiptoe away just a tad.
56, up in here. Hit that subscribe button. If you are new, give the video a like to get us up in the YouTube algorithm. Turn on the bell notifications if you want to know when Valhalla Sports Talk goes online.
16 laps complete. What are you watching that maybe we haven't talked about?
Just watching to see how folks can try to maneuver their way to try to find a teammate or a manufacturer mate to see if they can work their way to the field. It was interesting to watch the Toyotas try to shuffle their way towards the top part of the
halfway mark of stage 1. Exactly, Alex.
They're outnumbered compared to the Chevrolets, so they're trying to get their numbers together to be able to make something happen. But also, too, we saw Brad Keselowski drop back.
Is that Allmendinger that's going from high to low?
They fell back about 20 car lengths.
Abel again, welcome to the Berserkers, General Thor. My Labrador Retriever will be proud.
Maybe it was a little test session there for Keselowski to see if they're able to pull back up or suck back up to the back end of the draft.
Yeah, Jason, I'll tell you, that's a great conversation to have because I've been watching this year's Daytona 500 champion, Ricky Stenhouse, fall to the back of the pack with Brad Keselowski, and it looked to me for a while they were getting a little bit nervous, like maybe they're going to lose this draft.
Hamlin is still the lead car on the outside, but he's got some work to do. He's running right alongside Kyle Busch in that number 8 car.
I'm not for sure I don't know if they're really just testing to see if they can
Harvick down to 18th.
Catch him back again because that's
second back.
Risky doing something like that, but there was some crazy stuff going on in the back of this pack. It looked to me like it was really hard.
Chase Elliott currently sitting in the 12th position.
We're going to lose that draft.
With 19 laps about to go up on the board, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Motor Racing Network.
All right, a little 10-second break. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
The NASCAR Cup Series running the Coke Zero Sugar 400. Our premier partners,
Nailed it.
Busch Light, Coca-Cola, Geico, and Xfinity are watching a fantastic race.
Nailed it, y'all.
With the largest non-Daytona 500 crowd assembled at Daytona for this race since 2014. A fantastic effort, a great crowd on hand, and a good race underway. We're down to 15 laps to go here in stage number 1.
All right, commercial break. Why am I so red up there, y'all? I need some more lighting. Boom, boom. What's up, Scott Nichols? David says, San Francisco Bay Area in 1958, I got stuck with a crappy New York Giants. I saw the light switch to the Brooklyn Dodgers. Gotcha. You got sunburn? No, it's the lighting, Sheila. I'm not sure what's going on. Put it up a little bit. Pump it up just a little bit. We're in a commercial break here. We're on lap 20 with 140 to go in the race. Your leader for the first 21 laps of this one is Chase Briscoe of Stewart-Haas Racing in that number 14 Ford. He is the only race leader. We have been caution-free thus far.
Electronics, you can effortless.
Go St. Louis Cardinals, says Regine. Okay. Where's the side-by-side? It's Daytona, says Alex. They've been chasing that for a while, sir. About the last 6 years. Theo says a caution is overdue.
Any success at Martinsville?
We might not get one, bro. Of course, when they start pitting, that's when all hell starts breaking loose. Super Speedway races are always crazy later on. You're right.
From the Motor Racing Network.
As that pressure builds, y'all, as that pressure builds and people start doing dumb stuff,
yep. Welcome you back to Daytona International.
I think they've still got plates on them. I'm pretty sure they do. I know they're fuel injected now. Maybe they just program some shit in there.
Hamlin and the Toyota troops go to the whip and surge around that outside lane. Hamlin to the lead. Now Truex will go side by side with Chase Briscoe for position number 2.
Denny Hamlin and
What's up, Skeptic?
Finally gets the outside line rolling, and Denny for a moment dipped down in front of Chase Briscoe.
Well, NBC is still in a commercial. They're coming back right now. Nighttime, lights are on at Daytona.
Turns 3 and 4 is Chase Briscoe to the bottom part of the racetrack. Denny Hamlin
Setting sun in the background. Lap 24 of 35 in stage 1.
Maybe Denny Hamlin wasn't the.
Hey, Hamlin is right up there, y'all.
Man, were we wrong because he's there.
Hamlin to the lead.
Got the job done for sure. It took a few laps to rally the momentum up high, but now he's pulled that high lane. Front 4, front 5 now. Surging around the outside of Chase Briscoe.
Toyota's to the front on the high side.
Can't get clear. He is that 5th car in that Toyota freight train. Now the Toyotas begin to ease down to the bottom. They've got clearance, and Toyota punctuates the.
How you doing, Skeptic? Happy Saturday night, bro.
Part of the racetrack, like Bagman was saying, 5 Toyotas slide up into that.
What's up, Matt Godwin? What's up, buddy?
Guys, this is the time of the race I was talking to you about earlier, lap 20 or 25, when the Hamlin starts going away in the cars just a little bit. You see him slipping and sliding a little bit. We saw
Hamlin drops down to the low side with them cars he brought up front.
You just start slowing people up. So the whole race, the fast lane's been on the bottom.
General Thor barking. He's like, who's feeding me? Who's feeding me today?
A lot of jockeying with the throttles out there right now, Alex, to get these cars handling good.
There'll be 9 laps to go in stage number 1, and so look at the top 10 as they race now. Denny Hamlin leads, Martin Truex Jr. second.
I'm a Harvick fan, buddy. I root for Kevin Harvick.
Goes 4th in front of Bubba Wallace, 5th. Chase Briscoe back to 6th. Riley Herbst is 7th.
All right, Chase Elliott is in 16th. They've got his onboard telemetry on the screen here. He's running about 8,200 RPM, 190 miles an hour. That throttle about 3/4 in 5th gear. And laps to go in stage 1.
The drivers and the crew channel. So let's get a sweep of pit road presented by O'Reilly Auto Parts. Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all of your car care.
He does, Theo. Thor has a very tight schedule.
Professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Steve Post, what are you hearing on pit road?
What I'm hearing
We're late, too. We're about 40 minutes late.
Truex Jr., he's tucked in behind Denny Hamlin, and he is
that's the speed so far?
Squirrely when they're out there in
I would have to look through the whole list, but last fast lap was 193.419.
listening to him, almost sounded like when he was describing it, he was out of breath. It's fast right now, up to second spot.
Oh, 213, yeah, back in the day. I saw Scott Nichols. I saw, buddy. I'm kind of streaming the thing myself, though, buddy. I already threw somebody out of here for that shit.
Feel confident about what's about to happen as the stage end closes in. They were not in a position to get any stage points, so they told them, be protected, drop back. We think things are going to get chaotic. Alex Weaver?
We were all talking about the Keselowski strategy. Brad Keselowski, this is part of this strategy. He said that we are in a good enough position with both cars right now at RFK Racing into the playoffs.
They did. They came quick. It was almost like right when the sun dropped behind the grandstands that the Toyotas came to life, Jay Ramos.
And how many laps are left in the stage? He said it's nothing hard to drive. I'm just going to ride around and see what I've got.
So that's the report from the pit lane.
19's on your screen, Regine. He's showing in second position. He's on your screen, though, right below me.
Dave Moody, Mike Bagley, and Jason Toyer out in the turns. Topside, high above the start-finish line. NASCAR Hall of Famer Rusty Wallace, Jeff Striegel, and myself, Alex Hayden.
Right now they work off of turn number 2 and down the super stretch up into the banking of turn 3, getting down to it. The end of stage 1, Alex Hayden, happens at lap 35.
Yo, what we having for dinner, bro?
35 run during stage
What's
1,
our pre-Call of Duty meal tonight, Theo?
Run in stage number 2. How will that make it different?
It's going to make a big difference as these teams can go somewhere in the neighborhood of 44 laps on a full tank of Sunoco fuel. So easily they'll be able to get to the end of stage number 1. But second stage, I would expect some pit stops to take place.
Right, about a 4-car Toyota breakaway up front there, y'all. Hamlin, Truex, Bell, and Gibbs in that little 4-car breakaway. Riley Earps, I believe, is the car on the top there, or who is that? Yeah, Earps up to 5th. He's not gaining points for this race. This is Stuart Haas giving him some time in a Cup car.
To the bottom of the racetrack, and they've got 5 laps in which to get that done as they come off 4, back to the trioval and back across the stripe.
Leftover pizza? I'm going to have me some of those Stouffer's French breads. Tacos for Alex.
Maybe second, up in turn 1.
He wants the number 2 spot now as he's going to go to the outside of Martin Truex Jr. Very impressive young Riley Herbst, qualified well, racing well. He's got a spot in the top 3.
When the Toyotas were on the outside, led by Denny Hamlin, much progress was not made.
Yo, did you notice that Bobby refused to answer my question?
And now Riley Herbst takes the reins at the outside line.
Did you notice that Bobby refused to answer my question? He's like a guy we're trying to draft for the war, and he doesn't want to be drafted.
They thunder back to the trioval, back
Pizza for Curb.
4 laps to go.
Homemade tacos.
Hamlin has the lead at the bottom of the racetrack. Martin Truex
Leftover burritos for Sheila.
Herbst continues to chug along topside.
That lead is anything but secure, though, with Riley Herbst getting a ton of drafting help from Kevin Harvick. Harvick, in turn, gets the occasional bump from behind by Joey Logano. Here comes Riley.
So Harvick is pushing Herbst on the top side.
Hamlin's going to throw a huge block. He jumps up in front of Riley Herbst. That leaves the inside lane open for Martin Truex Jr. as Truex goes for the lead.
Oh, wow. Wow, Hamlin almost wrecked the entire field right there. And Martin Truex taking advantage, trying to. Hamlin almost wrecked the entire field with 4 to go in stage 1.
Here they come into turn number 1. First and second in the regular season points, respectively. Truex on the bottom. Hamlin topside.
I agree, Theo.
Turn number 2. Absolutely.
Why doesn't he want to be drafted into our army, Theo? What's up, RM? Raider game today?
Herbst
will give him a big push going into turn number 3, but the bottom side regrouping once again. It's Martin Truex Jr., Christopher Bell on the bottom side, laying up is Denny Hamlin with Riley Herbst.
Got to give a call to Riley Herbst's spotter. That is Brian Keselowski, the big brother of Brad Keselowski. He's on the rooftop here at Daytona, spotting for the driver who's on the outside lane, trying to take over the second spot.
Harvick is staying committed to Riley Herbst, y'all. He is staying committed to him, trying to give the guy a little lesson of restrictor plate racing.
Riley Herbst up high as Denny jumps to the bottom to block the low lane.
11 is a tool.
Herbst free passage there on the outside. That changes halfway down the back straightaway. Hamlin throws another block. Herbst is right there. Harvick's got to check up. So does Logano. Truex back to the bottom in 3.
But Truex coming back down to the inside as Denny Hamlin has a gap, about a car length separation between him and Herbst.
I know it's part of racing nowadays, y'all, but I hate that blocking shit. I don't think I could do it. I think if I was in a car and someone came across my bow like that to block, it's time. It's time. I know it's part of today's racing, but man, I hate it.
Side battle with Riley Herbst for positions 2 and 3.
I absolutely hate it.
Here's Hamlin again. He'll start at the bottom. Now we'll go to the top. Harvick darts out of line. They're 3 wide for
Final lap. Final lap.
Harvick in the middle. Hamlin throws the block on Harvick. Riley Herbst is punted out of the draft.
And Hamlin gets kicked up to the top side. Here goes Harvick looking to make it 3 wide once again for the second spot. Martin Truex Jr.
Oh, Harvick.
Sees in his rearview mirror. 3 wide for 4th on back.
Coming down to the line to see the green and white checkered.
Come on, Harvick.
Valuable stage points on the line. And the winner of stage number 1 will be Martin Truex Jr. Christopher Bell will finish 2nd. Kevin Harvick will be 3rd. And Ty Gibbs 4th. Joey Logano.
Truex wins stage 1, y'all.
Austin Cindric.
Truex, Bell, Harvick, Gibbs, and Logano, your top 5.
Chase Briscoe 9th, and Daniel Suarez was 10th.
And that's a look at the top 10 as they came across the line. Stage 1 done. Truex with the win. All of that presented by eBay. Get back on track with eBay Guaranteed Fit. When you see the green check, you know that fits your vehicle.
That's unlimited.
ebaymotors.com. Let's ride.
I think they do like art prints of ducks.
Exclusions apply.
What does summer sound like?
All right, so a commercial break, y'all. I have to use the restroom real fast. I'll be right back. What's up, Marky Doo? I dislike blocking as well. It's from F1 Cowardice. 62 likes. Appreciate it, y'all. All right, I'm going to put you over here on this stat screen while I go to the restroom. Be right back. All right, I'm back, y'all. I'm back.
NASCAR play.
Bubba got 5. They need to do away with stage cautions on super speedway, says David. What's up, Bodo? Bodo Winner up in here. Look at that moon at Daytona, y'all. Dang. About a half moon. Good camera shot, though.
Here on the Motor Racing Network.
All right, here we go. So pit stop's coming.
The lap count goes to
Pit stop time.
Pit lane is open. Alex Weaver, here come some of the leaders.
Martin Truex will bring him down.
On the radio with that first pit stall to slow down and make sure you hit your marks. It'll be a routine stop for Kevin Harvick in that four.
Harvick pitting near the back of pit road. I see the happy face. Let's hope when he come out, he has that face on his actual face. Harvick pitting the last car. His service is done, 12.8 seconds. 11.3 for Wallace. All right, here we go. Race off pit road. Hill, Logano, Truex, Bell, Wallace, Harvick, Suarez, Hamlin, Briscoe, Amarola. Everybody took 4 except for Austin Hill, who did not take tires. And he moves up 22 spots. NBC goes to a commercial.
Austin Dillon need wet adjustments on both ends of the rear of the race car, and then we had William Byron just way too loose adjustment on that race car.
There'll be a balloon supermoon in a couple of days, says Timothy.
Joey Logano, Martin Truex Jr.
Duke thinks that Hill missed his stall entirely.
Kevin Harvick.
You might be right. You might be right. They showed him as the winner off pit road. He didn't have enough time to put gas in. We'll see how it cycles around, y'all. We'll see how it cycles. 43 in the box. I'm getting my tail kicked yet again on YouTube. Below ain't doing worth the shit either, though. I don't know, y'all. Maybe people don't want to see this shit no more. Yeah, he did come out way before everybody else, Duke. You're right, bro. You're probably right. He probably just missed it. He came out way in front. I did see that because I looked up and I was like, why is that car already coming off? Why is that car already coming off pit road there? I don't understand. But good call. Good call, Duke. Those gas cans weigh nearly 95 pounds now. That's a really hefty weight. Brandon let me and Theo know that Applebee's has $12.99 all you can eat. All you can eat boneless wings, and I just saw a commercial for it. By the way, y'all, I am team boneless wings are not wings. Welcome back, Sheila. All right, so Joey Logano now showing as your leader on the pylon. Martin Truex second, Josh Berry third, Ricky Stenhouse fourth.
Daytona International Speedway is brought to you by Geico. Switch to Geico today and see all the ways you could save. And by Wendy's. Wendy's breakfast 2 for $3 biggie bundles are here. Your perfect duo, just $3.
They're just chicken nuggets, says Alex Black.
Back here at Daytona, the field working their way back down to the start-finish line. We'll get the one to go.
What's up, Jerry? What's up, Jeremy? What's up, Jeremy?
The Geico Restart Zone presented by Geico. Switch to Geico today and see all the ways you could save.
63 likes. Appreciate it, y'all.
Geico.com to get a rate quote and get started seeing how much you could save.
Had a couple of penalties on pit road.
Penalties, listen.
The favorite coming in, Alex Weaver. What's the situation?
A penalty for Kyle Busch on that last pit stop. The dilemma inside of the race car.
Kyle Busch's rough couple of weeks continues, y'all. Penalized on pit road.
How do you fix that? So they come in, make an adjustment. He gets 4 tires and tops it off with Sunoco fuel. And
We're back to 50. Up in here. Subscribe if you're new.
Wanted Daytona over the wall too soon.
No, not at all. But it is Daytona. You do have the draft. You have the ability to work your way back up through the field by manipulating the air to try to make that happen. The field now has the opportunity to choose which lane they want to restart in. So Mike Bagley, as they make their way down the Daytona Super Stretch, what lanes did the front drivers choose?
Josh Berry is in 30th.
Work their way up the back straightaway. Joey Logano has
We're on lap 40 of 160 in the race, y'all. Joey Logano going to start on the front row. Harvick posted in 5th position right now.
Christopher Bell will line up to Harvick's right elbow.
Mango Habanero? That's what the COO likes, Alex.
Hamlin and Chase Elliott. You've also got Chase Briscoe and Eric Almirola as the field somewhat disjointed coming off the end of the back straightaway and tries to regrid and reformat themselves coming off the corner looking for the green flag.
I would think, Rusty Wallace, that was a 35-lap test run, considering there was no testing here at all. Now you have a pretty good indication as to what you have.
Well, they got a little bit squirrely out there at the end of that run.
Harvick going to start on the inside line in row 2.
But they got to cross the start-finish line, but it proved to me they can do it.
I think that's Harvick anyway.
Wild, and they will get wild. Hey, before this race started, had all these drivers talking about how exciting it's going to be and how
he can't start in row 2. He's
hey, this baby isn't over yet.
No, not.
Yeah, he's going to start behind Logano on the inside.
Green flag goes back in the air. Joey Logano.
Here we go, back to it. I never turned the green. Why don't you guys tell me?
Harvick, top side. It's the Toyota Camry of Martin Truex Jr. leading the way there.
A Ford pair down low. The Toyota's up high. Advantage to Truex as he gets a mighty shove in the back bumper.
Like the 24, Regine?
For Bell, but back comes Joey Logano as Kevin Harvick buries his rear bumper under the rear spoiler of the Shell Pennzoil 4.
Wow, Kevin Harvick in full.
Harvick pushing a paint scheme he used to drive to the front.
To the lead. Harvick now in second to his right elbow. Martin Truex Jr.
Martin Truex Jr. trying to hold on to that second spot. He is having the battle. Down on the inside behind Harvick is Daniel Suarez.
Daniel Suarez leaning on the back of Harvick.
Well, they are side by side yet again. They always are here at Daytona. Inside lane, Joey Logano. Outside lane, Martin Truex Jr. along with Christopher Bell.
I mean, you've literally been hanging out with us. You know they haven't had the big one yet.
But back comes Joey, hugging the double yellow line, taking the
Thinking about a twisted iced tea for your Saturday night, Kathleen? Go, girl.
Towards the back of the pack, here comes a 3-wide lane led by Kyle Busch. He had to go to the back of the field, but he's not wasting any time.
Go for, says Theo.
3 wide, and there's more takers now as A.J. Allmendinger jumps up in front of Kyle.
A.J. Allmendinger trying to advance that outside lane. Up next for him will be Kyle
Harvick
Larson.
is absolutely wailing on the back of that 22.
On the top spot to Kevin Harvick.
Well, I tell you what, you got to recognize Joey Logano's pit crew last time. He picked him up 3 spots on that last pit stop. That helped him get up front. But boy, I tell you what, he's going to have a tough time holding those Toyotas off.
Come on, Harvick, damn it.
Flying on outside this racetrack tonight here at Daytona.
They are indeed. And by the way, when the stage points are handed out, just back on lap 35, playoff scenarios have changed for 2 different drivers for different reasons. First of all, for Daniel Suarez, he can no longer mathematically point his way into the playoffs. Suarez now in a must-win situation. And as far as the regular season battle goes, with Martin Truex Jr. winning the stage, he has enough points now to force Denny Hamlin, who is going to have to win the race.
They're still side by side, y'all. Logano right next to Truex. Harvick right next to the 20 of Christopher Bell. Now they drop off a little bit.
On the inside of the racetrack, you've got some Fords. Joey Logano, Kevin Harvick leading here at lap number 43. Truex, then Daniel Suarez, Christopher Bell. Top 5, Denny Hamlin right now is 6th. Bubba Wallace 7th. Chase Briscoe is 8th. Chase Elliott is 9th. And Eric Almirola completes the top 10 on lap 43 here at Daytona.
We're doing great. I got a weird feeling, chat. I've got a weird feeling. I've seen nearly every one of Harvick's wins, y'all. I've seen nearly every one of his wins, and I have a feeling that this is the night.
No doubt, this is the place.
This is going to be the night that he gets his last Cup Series victory. I think this is it, the closer. I think he'll be in victory lane at the end of this one.
So one of Toyota's philosophies is mobility for all. And about a year and a half ago, one of our Olympic athletes, Elise Willoughby, her husband Sam,
just got a feeling. What's up, Aubrey?
We asked him.
Appreciate the like.
He's a huge NASCAR fan. He told me today that his job on Sunday is to watch races and cheer us on. And when we asked him what could we do to make the experience better, he's like, I've always wanted to sit on top of a pit box. And realizing that he's in a wheelchair, that he could never do that. So in partnership with NASCAR, we basically took on the development and the building of a pit box with a lift on it. But we had to go through all the requirements with NASCAR, has to fit in the same...
What this guy they're interviewing, I don't know why they're interviewing him during a race, but what he's talking about is how they can convert cars to make people that are disabled or paralyzed be able to drive. And I have some experience with that in the car business. Toyota pays for that when people buy a car from them. They pay to have it converted over, at least a good portion of it. If I remember, it was like $2,000.
Yeah,
so you can get hand controls for your brakes.
Is one of them. You can't miss it. We have 4 levels of branding and fan engagement.
7-0 USC reports Dave Rhodes.
Like the products and the history, and you go up, tells the story about what we do as a race team and the whole history of everything we've done, and then the top 4 is the history.
What's going on, Mr. Rhodes?
Cars up there, a nod to the space shuttle, and
they are 3 wide on the screen, y'all. 3 wide racing at Daytona. And we're listening to this guy talk about mobility.
Well, we know Toyota's going to win the regular season championship.
Come on, man.
Exactly which one, whether it's Truex or
3 wide racing through the field at Daytona.
Looks good.
Yeah, it's always nervous going into this. We have 4 locked in, as you know, and 3 out of drivers in the top 4 points. So Martin, Denny, and of course Christopher. Tyler Reddick got the winning coda. That was good.
All right, it's mixed up quite a bit here. It's mixed up quite a bit.
Fingers crossed, and of course in the Xfinity Series, John
Our screen is not updating on NASCAR.com, y'all.
And Sammy Smith's locked in, and Corey Hyman, the Truck Series. Mr. Racing still won the regular season championship.
What is going on here?
Quite excited about this season.
Oh, these are the win and get in drivers, I guess.
All you do, and enjoy the rest of the race tonight.
Awesome. Thanks again for having me.
Absolutely. Mike Pricer, marketing manager, Toyota Racing.
3 wide, 9 rows deep, and Chase
Allmendinger to the lead.
Izzy, Mike Bagley.
A.J. Allmendinger gets a shove from Kyle Busch, the Dinger, to the lead at Daytona.
I thought they just said that Busch got penalized. He's already up front.
Here they come, thundering back.
The top 5 is Allmendinger, Busch, Elliott, Stenhouse, and Logano.
Out front, and oh, by the way, Dave Moody, Kyle Busch from the back to second in 9 laps.
AJ was the first to jump to that 3 wide line. Kyle Busch went with him immediately. A number of others jumped up there as well.
What's up, Malik?
Being one of them, and here comes Elliott. He's gone to the bottom now. He and Allmendinger are wheel to wheel.
Fords have led tonight.
COO.
Also, the Toyotas have
What are
led
you
tonight.
doing?
Now the Chevys have just taken over.
COO is up to something, chat. She is up to something. She's got that look she gets when she's doing something she ain't supposed to be doing. And I don't know what it is.
As they thunder up off of turn number 4 back to the tri-oval. First and second go nose to tail, then they're double wide, and then 3.
All right, NBC in commercial right now, y'all.
Bailed out of this swarm going into turn 1. He's on the way at the back of the field.
A little bit too much for Denny's taste right now as they continue to run 3 abreast from about the 7th spot all the way back. The lead by a nose belongs to A.J. Allmendinger.
The kitchen has just gotten hot. It's a 5.
You got a family member that works at Daytona, Regine?
Trying to root and gouge up front. It's A.J. Allmendinger on the outside. Logano pushes Elliott to the lead.
lead in 3.
Now we're rolling with MRN here, Donald.
He's trying to decide which way he wants to go. Top side to run up there on the top side with Allmendinger, or back down with Joey Logano. It is Chase Elliott by himself up front.
Boy, I tell you what, guys, these cars are getting 3 and 4 wide. And back a lap ago, you talked about Denny Hamlin. It was amazing how he was on the bottom of the racetrack. He went down below the apron. I saw the motor backfire, actually shot flames out of the side.
$4,000 rebate on a Ram, y'all.
That hard. Then he hammered back down, got back in line.
So it's only $75,000 instead of 78.
We're only 50 laps in this race right now, and they're already running 3 and 4 wide.
50 down, 110 to go. Chase Elliott leads.
Yeah, NBC's still in a commercial break.
Second, 3 wide from third on back.
A.J. Allmendinger slides up into that outside lane, takes Kyle Busch up there along with Justin Haley and Ross Chastain up front. Chase Elliott. Now Ty Gibbs looking to battle for that second spot.
He's getting a run at the bottom of the racetrack. Here's
Gibbs up front there, the youngster. Can he hold his water?
Joey Logano has
Chase Elliott, the leader now. A win and get in situation for the 9.
Outside of Chase Elliott, move Joey Logano to the top spot at Daytona. He'll slide down across the nose of Elliott. That leads the extreme outside.
Harvick back up to 3rd.
Up the middle, here comes Kevin Harvick. Behind Logano, they are 3 wide, 7 rows deep to the back straight.
Come on, Harvick.
Logano will shift to the middle.
Something's about to happen, y'all.
Inside exposed. Both are populated now. They're 3 wide for the point.
3 wide for the top spot here at Daytona. It's Chase
3 wide for the lead at Daytona with 7 on lap 17 to 60 in stage 2.
Unbelievable racing here as the crowd comes to their feet, and why not? 3 wide across the line. AJ on the outside will grab the top spot, but here comes Logano, and here comes Elliott.
Harvick slams the back of Logano. Logano and Harvick are on that middle lane. We've got 3 wide racing at Daytona. We haven't had that in a long time, y'all. Let's go.
Unbelievable racing at Daytona.
Let's go.
Speedway, enough to make the hair stand up on the back of your neck. Here's A.J. Allmendinger. He'll inch forward, but now Harvick shoves Logano back to the lead.
2 Fords in the bottom, 2 Chevrolets on the top side. It is Kevin Harvick in the middle lane with Joey Logano. Now Harvick slides down across the nose.
Best racing of the year, y'all. Best racing of the year in NASCAR right here.
Back to the trioval, still 4 wide. To the bottom, it's Ty Gibbs.
To the bottom goes Logano and Harvick.
Topside, Ross Chastain letting it ride.
Racing every lap like it's the final lap. Front of the pack, it's Allmendinger. He's got a breath of air for the first time. Charging up on the double line. Bottom of the racetrack, here comes Ty Gibbs now for second. Ty Gibbs opens up the inside line. Logano losing ground. He is
This is crazy.
And he begins to plummet. While up front, A.J. Allmendinger and Kyle Busch with Justin Haley on the outside.
Malik says, Chase, don't take the bait. Chase could eliminate himself if that car goes sideways.
It's Eric Almirola back behind Ty Gibbs in the bottom part of the racetrack. Gibbs side by side with Kyle Busch for the second spot.
I tell you what, it's wild as it's been all night long so far. Just a
Harvick loses his buddy Logano. Harvick is up high now. The leader on the outside lane.
This race is getting wild, and the only way it's going to calm back down if they get back 2 by 2. Right now they're 3 wide. They can't get back 2 by 2.
It does. It feels like there's about to be an explosion. I agree. Perfect description, Kathleen.
And Alex Hayden, I would say for as many years as I've been coming here, this is the wildest, craziest set of laps I have.
1/3 of the way through stage 2, y'all. 20 of 60 in stage 2.
39 cars. At some point, you got to start thinking about it.
The lights went down and everybody lost their mind at Daytona.
Alex Hayden, they're not ready to give up yet. They are 3 wide again for the
Sun went down and it was on at Daytona. Look at Chastain coming up through the middle.
All 3 lanes have equal drafting help. About 10 cars deep in every lane.
Let's go, man. Gibbs is now below the line for the playoffs. Now he's in the line. Gibbs Wallace trading spots for that final spot if a new car doesn't win.
This pack is virtually sewn together. If someone sneezes, the whole thing is going to fly apart. Here's the Allmendinger. He'll get the advantage out in front, but Logano now will shove Chastain to the point.
The blue Chevrolet of Ross Chastain goes up to the point temporarily right now.
This is crazy.
Stays back about 1
Logano pushing Chastain.
looks like the Air Force Thunderbirds off of turn number 4 in formation. Ross Chastain fans celebrate.
What's up, Butterfly?
This pack on lap 56.
All right, MRN going to go to a commercial. Holy shit. NBC staying live. I'll keep you appraised. It's Chastain up high on the outside. Still 3 wide. 7 or 8 rows back at Daytona. Chastain now all by himself out front in that blocking position. He goes down low, then comes back to the middle. Here comes Allmendinger, pushed by Kyle Busch on the outside. And they roar into the turns. Ty Gibbs showing as the leader for a moment. Chastain nudges in front there, pushed by Logano in the center lane. It's a beehive, y'all. It is a beehive. Who's going to get stung? Who is going to get stung at Daytona here in Stage 2?
Terms, visit straighttalk.com.
3 wide, 8 deep, 3 wide for the lead. Continues. Chastain is up there, but now AJ appears to grab the point. Kyle Busch right behind.
You ain't playing today, Trenton. I agree, buddy. I agree.
As well. It is insanity here tonight under the lights at Daytona.
There's 1 through 10 on your screen there, Malik. And it changes every 5 seconds.
From Daytona International Speedway, this is the Motor Racing Network, the voice of NASCAR.
All right, MRN to another commercial, y'all. Another commercial, NBC, and a commercial as well. Both NBC and MRN Radio go to a commercial. AJ Allmendinger showing as your leader, Ross Chastain second, Kyle Busch third. So on a day where the Fords dominated early, it's 3 Chevys up front. We're on lap 58 with 102 to go in the Coke Zero Sugar 400 at Daytona International Speedway. And Valhalla Sports Talk is here for all the action. Let's go JGR, show him what you're made of, says Regine. Bill Allmendinger up front, y'all. Listening on MRN. Just playing my NASCAR game, and we also had some 3 wide action, but at Talladega. Yeah, I've had it. I've never made a penny on that, Kathleen. It's been up there for a couple years.
To the lead, but for how long as we work lap number 60?
Here we go. We're still rolling.
Welcome back to
We're still rolling. I can't believe it, but we're still rolling around Daytona. NBC still in a commercial break.
Laps still remain. Let's take a look at the leaderboard quickly. Brought to you by Skechers. Skechers, the comfort and fit specialist. Try Skechers.
Harvick down to 10th place, y'all. Harvick down to 10th.
And many more.
Ross Chastain, the leader of that lap by, which was lap number 60. Joey Logano second. Martin Truex Jr. third. Christopher Bell is fourth. Ryan Preece up to fifth. AJ Allmendinger sixth. Kyle Busch seventh.
It's been a great race so far, Jay Ramos. Best one of the year, in my opinion.
Austin Hill. He is running in position number 11.
I used to race on Papyrus, Duke. I used to race when the game was called Papyrus Racing. I actually used to paint cars for people and make good money at it.
Chandler Smith has rebounded.
But yeah, I've got a lot of hours racing online.
Tyler Reddick, Josh Berry, and how about AJ Allmendinger? He has, he was up there battling for the lead. Alex, you get shuffled out of the draft, and it's bye-bye.
It is, but it's not a
Chastain continues to lead, but he's broken apart from his Chevy counterparts. Kyle Busch and Ricky Stenhouse all the way in 8th and 9th now.
With his best finish being third here at Daytona. So Allmendinger, as great a road racer as he is, turning right and left.
I'm looking for Harvick. He might have decided to go back to the back for a little while. Oh, he's up to 7th. Up to 7th.
I would guess this is by design. There are 17 teams out there trying to race for a championship beginning next week. I would imagine there's a crew.
It's single file up front now. For about 8 cars, Harvick decides, I've had enough of this. I'm going to get up in front of Kyle Busch, and we'll try to go back to the front.
I think there's owners and crew chiefs, and I think
The cars are coming up now to block Harvick as well. And they're about to stack them up again, y'all. They're about to stack them up again.
So things have settled down. Listening to the conversation, the spotters are on edge, drivers are on edge, crew chiefs aren't even talking about what's going on out there. It is crazy what we've had going on here. But
finally, a good race, y'all.
One thing we need to keep an eye on is watching if this.
Kyle Busch stuck on the outside, going straight backwards, y'all. The entire field passing him. But no big deal. He got up front in 9 laps after that stage break.
2 laps from now is the even split point of this stage in the race.
Todd Gilliland is bailed off the racetrack. He's coming to pit lane. The word on the Todd Gilliland Ford out of Front Row Motorsports stables is he's got a fluid leak on that Ford, so they are going to bring that car to pit lane.
We're on lap 29 of 60, almost the halfway point of stage 2, lap 64 of 160 in the race. 97 laps to go. Ross Chastain is your leader. Joey Logano second. Christopher Bell in third.
Too wide racing from beginning to the tail end of the field. It is still on, but all of a sudden we look at it.
The 48 is all the way back there in 25th.
Maybe not. At 195, they come across the line side by side.
If they go 3 wide, it is the express lane. If they're 2 wide, it doesn't go very fast. But if they're 3 wide, you're right. That outside lane is an express lane. Like the ticket at Disneyland, the Hopper Pass or whatever.
It started happening. They got 2 wide. Now everything's calmed down a little bit, but I'll tell you what, man, with those grippy tires and those cars hooked up, they can run that 3 wide stuff.
We're right at the halfway point of stage 2, y'all.
You're right up against that wall. You start pushing that front end, getting a little loose. Can't do that. Then you're all the way.
And rest in peace, Bob Barker.
Hey, man, I can't do that.
How you doing today, Butterfly?
Bouncing all over the place. You see, I can't do that either. So after all that happens, everybody calms down a little bit.
Pretty much 2 wide now. 2 wide racing. Everybody trying to catch their breath.
Mirror full of Joey Logano. And how about Ryan Preece up to third? Preece made an unscheduled stop before the green flag.
Park Hop Pass, is that what it's called?
Reported then that he was having a
the HOV lane?
They were able to correct that. Here he is now running in position.
Amanda says, I can't see the race. Sorry.
A situation of win and get in, and obviously this will become far more important.
Harvick back up in the top 5.
We go. Logano is in. Then
onboard telemetry was on board with Ryan Blaney there for a little bit.
Do not. Blaney does not. Truex does not. Back to 9th and Chase Elliott.
All right, so whereas early, the top 5 cars, when they had the little breakaway, they were hugging that bottom line. Now they're up top.
17 drivers, 1 spot.
Now they're up top.
A number of drivers out there with their only hope to race for a championship is a win here.
4-hour online training course. There you go, Butterfly. 95. That's an A.
Current leader Ross Chastain, you get somebody in on points. Right now, it's Bubba Wallace.
My DK lines, I could use a wreck, but I hope it's a safe one, says Brandon P.
7 points. That's 7 positions on the racetrack. We're down to 28 laps to go here in the stage.
Will they find a home?
All right, MRN to a commercial. NBC still live. NBC still live. Ross Chastain's lead is less than 1/10 of a second over Logano. Ryan Preece, that's Stuart Haas car, 0.160 back. Harvick into 4th. So Harvick is hooked up with one of his Stuart Haas teammates. Showing a list of the win and get in drivers: Ryan Preece, Chase Elliott, Amarola, Gibbs, Briscoe, Burton, Cindric, Bowman, Suarez, and Dillon. If any of those drivers win today, they will make it in to the NASCAR Cup Series playoffs that start next week.
Outside lane beginning to have the momentum topside, and they're going to have, about 10 or so cars now, single file on the top side. The inside lane, back where Christopher Bell is back in the number.
Yeah, a lot of us grew up watching Price is Right with Bob Barker.
The stage, but they cannot make it to the end of the stage on this tank of Sunoco fuel.
Right at 50 in the chat, y'all. Right at 50.
From Daytona International Speedway, this is the Motor Racing Network, the voice of NASCAR.
All right, another commercial break. NBC staying on it. NBC staying on it, y'all. 27 laps to go in stage 2. Lap 69 of 160 in the race. We're 1 hour into this deal. Average speed 171.230. Last fast lap 190.006 as these tires start wearing off. NBC goes to a commercial break. USC game tied at 7. They were supposed to blow that team out. They were supposed to blow that team out.
Talk about seeing a doctor together. Visit
So USC might be playing down to their competition like they always do.
message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
All right, back to MRN.
When we last spoke, the top 10 were on the outside lane by themselves single file. Dave, that's not the case anymore.
NASCAR's most popular driver starting to rile up the grandstands. He's got the bottom of the racetrack. He's up to the number 2 spot. Ross Chastain slams the door in his face at the exit of 2.
But Chastain will drift up and try to block the advance of Joey Logano. That leaves the inside lane wide open. Chase has to shove.
NBC's still in a commercial, so I can't see it, y'all.
For second.
Chase Elliott, one of the hunters in the field. He is hungry for a win here to move on. He is side by side for the second spot with Joey Logano. Give Chase Elliott the advantage, trying to chase down Ross Chastain.
Chase Elliott, a 5-time winner.
What are you doing?
He is without a win so far this
How come you're
season.
acting all
He
goofy?
won tonight. He continues to work the inside lane as Chastain continues to lead.
And now he's losing ground, is Chase Elliott. From that
Don't you be kissing on her, Thor, and you leave them bobbleheads alone.
Wheel battle for the number 5 spot. Try to rally the troops down low as he races to the inside of Ryan Blaney.
And once again towards the tail end of the pack.
NBC's still in a commercial, y'all. Ross Chastain continues to lead, but he's got 2 Fords looking for him, Logano and Priest. And then you got Elliott, Harvick, and Larson in 4 through 6.
Chase Elliott forms up that bottom lane side by side with Ryan Blaney. Also, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. on the outside.
Here they come back to the start-finish line. 23 laps to go in stage number 2. Chastain again.
You're
has
up to
everybody
something.
Topside, and they're beginning to flex the muscle one more time.
Chase Elliott has dropped down now to about the 7th position.
Always enjoyed hearing Gordon.
He'll go to the inside of the racetrack. Put the
All right, let's in the chat, y'all. In the chat, let's pretend we're
Chase Elliott will snuggle
we're one of those channels, y'all. In the chat, put a 1 if your butt itches. Put a 1 if your butt itches. All right, NBC is back. It's Chastain being pushed by Logano. Blaney.
At one point, he was happy to bail out and go all the way to the tail, and now he's battling for the lead. He's got his teammate, Logano.
Blaney on the inside looking to take this deal over.
Ford Mustangs chasing Ross Chastain.
Blaney's charge dies out a bit, coming down the front straightaway into 1. He falls back into the battle for second with Logano, but back he comes to the inside. Close quarters racing.
Erm put a 2. Rick laughing.
Side by side, 2 rows deep.
Yeah, that's what Chat Sports does, y'all. Chat Sports does that shit to get engagement in their chat. They're always telling you to push something.
Chastain put back out front. Ryan Blaney trying
Put a B in the chat if you got a big old booger. Put a B in the chat. Spam it if you got a big old booger.
Guys, I'm doing a little calculating up here, and I'm thinking between right now and maybe lap 80, something like that, Alex.
Must be working for them, y'all. Must be working. They always got 300, 400, 500 people in their NFL streams.
Get in line. Let's hit pit road. Let's make this pit stop.
Could very well be. We keep a close eye down there on the pit lane to see what the pit
Hey, put up a B.
I know Steve Post, Kim Kuhn, and Alex Weaver are poised and ready to call those.
Yeah, I didn't see you put a 2 in the chat, Butterfly.
Right now, we continue to race under the green flag. Ross
Spam H. Spam H if you got a hemorrhoid. Spam H if you got a hemorrhoid. Ross Chastain up front. Logano second. Ryan Priest third.
75 down. There'll be 20 left in the stage. Alex, why don't we take a quick
That 41 car, the paint scheme is pretty racy looking.
With over 18
under the lights.
miles and 700 cup races, Sunoco is proud to be fueling victory.
It's time
years as the official fuel
for French bread pizza.
You're headed to the
Can I
track
get some
or
salt,
just hitting
maybe?
the road, fill up with Sunoco
Yeah.
to keep your engine running strong.
Ross Chastain
Had no salt in it.
Ryan Preece is now up to second. Ryan Blaney goes third, and Joey Logano
Put P in the chat. Put P in the chat if you're about to eat a pizza.
Chase Elliott sixth. Ricky Stenhouse Jr.
No
seventh.
mocos here, says Butterfly. Put a V in the chat if you think Val's the boss with the sauce.
Martin Truex Jr., Brad Keselowski 13th, Austin Cindric 14th, Ty Gibbs 15th, Riley Herbst, Harrison Burton, Tyler Reddick, Eric Jones, and Michael McDowell.
These French bread pizzas, y'all, are not for rookies. You cannot have these if you are a rookie eater because they can kill you. They can kill you. The sauce is literally boiling. 19 laps to go in stage 2. Ryan Blaney is our new leader. Kevin Harvick in third. Gee, if you're having goulash. I got new non-slip shoes for work. My old ones were falling apart, says KC. I appreciate you letting us know that, KC. I appreciate that. That's important information. P, I'm currently eating pizza, says Brandon B. Pizza is fire, says KC. Ring that bell, y'all. 64 in the chat, I guess. I don't know.
His race team, beginning of this race, they came down pit road, getting ready to start the race, lost the power steering. They were able to come down pit road, open the hood, work on it, fix it.
These are on fire, y'all. They are on fire.
He's up there in the top 5. Great job, guys.
We gave you the a look at the top 20, just a couple of notables.
He likes away.
Side of the leaderboard. How about
Dave Rhodes put SJ if you're eating sloppy joes.
he is way back in 30.
But gobble, gobble, gobble. If you're eating chicken, Lisa.
Been up there. He's back in 31st. Austin Dillon needs to win. He's 30th.
Yo, put up the Dodgers emojis.
William Byron and AJ Allmendinger, 24th and 26th. We saw AJ
You're right here, babe.
battling for the lead not too long ago. He too has got to win here tonight.
Yeah, they do. And these drivers.
Listen, y'all, when you use the scissors, you put them back in the kitchen where they belong, all right? Don't do like the COO did. Left them right here on this desk when she was using them earlier.
Fluid leak on his Ford Mustang, and he's going to go back out on the Speedway 14 laps down.
Yeah, that's you can check him off the list.
I got over 50 years of solid food under my belt, says Duke.
Officially with that opportunity and that shot, Mike Bagley, and advancing on and racing for a championship.
Here they come off the end of the back straightaway. It's Blaney and Chastain, 1 and 2. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. leads the outside charge.
Problem with Stenhouse Jr. doesn't have anybody right on his back bumper. Eric Almirola about 3 car lengths off now. Kind of making contact with Ross Chastain off the corner.
Yeah, close quarters racing there as they make their way past the entrance to pit road. Everybody again shows why they're the best in the world at stock car
Them blue
racing.
Fords are all up front again, y'all.
Battle for the lead is on.
Here they come into turn
It is blue time at the front
got the bottom of the
of the Coke Zero Sugar 400 at Daytona.
leader into turn number 2. Bottom of the racetrack, it's going to be Ryan Blaney, side by side, Chastain and Stenhouse.
Blaney leads, and then they're double wide behind him, although here comes Stenhouse. Stenhouse is going to get a huge shove from Eric Almirola. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. to the lead.
Huge draft push on that outside puts Stenhouse out in
Ricky
front.
Stenhouse, your Daytona 500 winner, to the lead.
Shuffling further back in the field. 3 wide, 10th on back.
80 down, 80 to go. We are halfway here tonight on a Saturday night under the
Halfway there. Oh,
Daytona 500 is the driver.
living on a prayer.
Yeah, but don't count on it lasting for long. Nobody's lead has been very long-lived here tonight.
I'll be throwing the COO under the bus again, says Patriot Roy D.
Now Eric Almirola with drafting help. He'll hit that outside lane and begin moving forward.
That was me that used the scissors, y'all. I used them to open these packages that were sent to me yesterday.
Now he's almost at the front again. Kyle Busch up the outside, 3 wide, trying to make his way into the top 10.
Bringing his teammate Austin Dillon with him now up to that 10th position up front. It continues to be the battle for the top spot with Ricky Stenhouse Jr. and Eric Almirola, leaders making their way down the pit road.
So is the better part of the back half.
Harvick's still in the top 10, y'all. He is in the eye of the hurricane. We got cars breaking to pit road.
Ross Chastain is down on pit road. It is fuel only. The call, Sunoco, they'll top it off. Denny Hamlin also coming down.
Cars breaking to pit road, y'all.
Fuel only and a clean windshield for Denny Hamlin. Steve Post.
Martin Truex Jr. brings his car in. He said it was really, really evil tight, fuel only. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. down and away.
On pit road, Stenhouse, Chastain, Bell, Barry, Gibbs, Truex, Reddick, Jones, Wallace, and Hamlin.
Road had Bubba Wallace, his teammates.
Combination of Toyotas and Chevys.
Ty Gibbs. Some of those race cars reporting just tightened traffic, fuel only.
Now get ready because it's going to happen again. Here come what appear to be all of the Fords. Blaney, Logano, Harvick, and more. Alex Weaver.
It's Ford time on pit road.
And Kevin Harvick, along with all of the Ford cams, come down pit road. It will be fuel only for both Ryan Blaney and Kevin Harvick. They are all.
Harvick, of course, the last pit road, or the last pit stall on pit road.
Going to be fuel only for Logano, the Shell Pennzoil colors. A.J. Allmendinger, a rear Chevy on pit road here. Michael McDowell, Chandler Smith getting pit service. Kim Coon.
J.J. Haley, Justin Haley, both making stops for fuel only.
There is a penalty to be handed out. Denny Hamlin's pit crew was over the wall too soon. Denny Hamlin
Penalized on pit road.
for the pit infraction.
Harvick racing Allmendinger off of pit road.
Circulate around Daytona International Speedway. Race leader Eric Almirola will put Denny Hamlin a lap down.
Unbelievable. Denny is not in a must-win situation, but maybe one of the best drivers ever to strap in here at Daytona.
Rick Craver laughing at Hamlin.
To do.
He's coming in for a stop.
Driver a lap down. Todd Gilliland is 15 down, so a free.
Almirola showing as the leader.
Denny back on the lead lap. We still have.
There's 6 Fords up front, y'all, so not all of them pit.
Run the Sunoco fuel dry. They pitted last on lap 37, including Eric Almirola.
We're going to wait and find out. Traditionally, Fords get a little better fuel mileage.
Yeah, they probably won't take tires because there's 12 laps to go in the stage.
The remaining group of drivers that have yet to make
12 laps to go in the stage.
look like they're going to bail off the racetrack and make their way in. A lot of them, there's some contact down there in front of Alex Weaver.
There is some contact on pit road. This entry is so difficult. It's fuel only for the start of the pit road with Alex Weaver.
All right, this third group, Almirola, Buscher, Briscoe, Byron, Herbst, Suarez, LaJoy, Priest, all among the cars on pit road now. Probably the most important pit stop for the 9 crew this year.
And now it's just a matter of watching the pack that was on pit road try to merge in with a pack that already pitted. 85 laps complete, 75 remain, and we'll reset it for you when we come back.
All right, 11 laps to go in stage 2. MRN goes to a commercial break. NBC still online. Burton and McDowell to pit road. Everybody check yes or no in the chat. Everybody put yes or no in the chat. No reason, just put it in there. Just put it in there. And laps to go in stage 2, y'all. We're on lap 86 of 160. 75 laps to go. Here comes the outside again. And it's coming fast. Kyle Busch on the outside. The 21 up the block.
Network, the voice of NASCAR.
Those mugs, they come back. They come back from commercial, then go right back to one. We're 3 wide again, y'all. Kyle Busch is your leader. Now Burton. They're all merging again. No, because of no reason. $49 in the house, y'all. And they're coming up on lap cars. The field is coming up on 2 lap cars.
And MRN.
Any man taking the lead, says Regine.
Back across the line, it is changing now every lap. How about this? Daniel Suarez is out front. Alex Bowman has come to second. Austin Dillon, Christopher Bell, and Harrison Burton. And guess what? If you don't like that top 5, wait about 2 laps because it will change. What a race we have. 88 laps are complete.
Suarez to the front.
72 remain. Right now, let's pause 10 seconds for station.
Dang, MRN.
On the Motor Racing Network.
2003, 2004, 2005, 2006, 2007, 2008, 2009, 2010. So USC is crapping the bed, is what you're telling me, Mr. Rhodes.
Harrison Burton back out front. Let's give you a mid-race update presented by Coke Zero Sugar. Coke Zero Sugar tastes so good, people will take a taste any way they can. So when you're enjoying a Coke Zero Sugar, be ready to protect it because one sip.
Yeah, they do, Rick, and then they come back and talk about more.
Coke ever. Take a taste and see.
Well, lead changes are counted.
Suarez winning ahead of a wreck would be very Daytona, says James Chapman.
15 lead changes among 12 different drivers. Chase Briscoe, your pole sitter, has led the most laps to this point in the race. A total of 22.
Al Busch on the inside with the lead. Brad Keselowski makes his appearance in the top 5.
Jr. picked up that stage win.
And see, you lied. You said only 15 lead changes. Make it 16 now because Kyle Busch has taken over the lead. By the way, that voice belongs to Alex Hayden. My name is Jeff Striegel, and alongside the NASCAR Hall of Famer, Rusty Wallace. Dave Moody is out in turn number 1. Mike Bagley is at the
Yeah, it looks like a good one to be at, thinking repent. It looks like a good race to be at.
In turn 4 and up and down pit road, Steve Post, Kim Kuhn, and Alex Weaver. If you are just joining us now, you've missed 90 laps of absolute insanity.
It's been tremendous. It's been everything this race has been hyped up to be. The regular season finale, 17 drivers that need to win if they want to have a chance to be in the playoffs and an opportunity to win a championship. Everybody racing hard.
You can never count out Kyle Busch. He's one of the best drivers in the history of NASCAR.
Off turn number 2 on the backstretch. What more can we add to the night? But a SpaceX rocket launch is going up on the horizon.
Wow.
In clear view behind the back.
There is literally a SpaceX rocket launching behind the track right now.
Big crowd here that is listening to us. And
how trippy is that?
And Mike Bagley, I think you're the closest one to it.
There is a SpaceX rocket launching.
We've got fireworks on the racetrack. We've got rockets going up at Cape Canaveral. What more?
That shit's insane.
The World Center of Racing.
Spectacular sight here at Daytona.
Uh-oh.
Kyle Busch, it's even better. He's got the entire field in the rearview mirror racing to turn number 1.
Here he comes into turn
4 laps to go in stage 2.
In the person of Daniel Suarez. And Suarez is right there for the moment. He's content to ride in the tire tracks right behind him.
3 laps to go.
Here they come up the back straightaway now as that rocket continues to reach its way up into the atmosphere. The field is
Launching right behind the grandstands, Kerm. Right in view of all the people in the stands.
Kyle Busch has the front 3, make it front 4 out there on the bottom part of the racetrack. Couple of lap cars in front of them. Denny Hamlin, one of those lap cars, is on the 3 and pool. They're about to be absorbed by the leaders.
93 laps down as they come across the line. I would say there are 100,000 cameras right now pointed from the start-finish line area or the main grandstands here in the stadium out across. Just outside of turn number 2, Alex Hayden.
Yeah, they're looking at the action on the
NBC not reporting this at all, it seems like. They haven't shown any pictures on NBC.
Off the backstretch at the rocket that continues to ascend to orbit from SpaceX. And the Kennedy Space Center is 61 miles from us, and you can see this rocket as plain as day. For some of us, they launched a rocket at 3:15 a.m. this morning. I got up, went out on the beach. That one was full of astronauts that took them to the International Space Station.
Right now, it is Kyle Busch.
It's a secret.
Riding a rocket. He's out front here at Daytona. He'll bring the field across the line. But here comes Ty Gibbs in the Toyota to the outside.
Gibbs, the kid.
As they race down the back straightaway. And into turn number 1, Ty Gibbs around the outside will take the lead. He's got Ryan Blaney in tow. Brad Keselowski up for the number 3 spot from the back of the pack.
Front two have broken out into single file formation. Brad
Final lap
trying to ride
of stage 2.
Make that Christopher Bell as well. Blaney has thoughts of the lead. He'll dive to the bottom of Gibbs in 3.
And he'll take Brad Keselowski with him along with Kyle Busch to the bottom part of the racetrack, side by side for the top lot. Trouble. Ty Gibbs gets into Ryan Blaney. Hard contact. Ross
Uh-oh.
Austin Cindric goes around. More carnage heading their way towards the front stretch.
Cars sliding all over the place. Keselowski, Kyle Busch, and Suarez got through it. Only about 10 cars have been able to make it through the pile.
Big one at the end of stage 2, y'all. I think Harvick was in it.
To try to get through it. Heavy crash. You've got Christopher Bell with damage. Denny Hamlin, Harrison Burton, Chris Buescher has damage. Looks like Bubba Wallace made it through the crash. Perhaps a nick here or there. Looks like Austin Cindric is in it. Jeff, we just
the hood upped on the wrecked car of the 12 of Blaney.
TV. My concern was for Ryan Blaney, but a quick look inside that Ford shows that Ryan is certainly okay. What a shot he took into the outside wall going into turn number 4.
And that was coming to the green and white checkered
The
flag.
2-car of Cindric is stuck on the grass.
Brad Keselowski wins the stage. Kyle Busch will be credited with
The 3-car of Austin Dillon is garbage.
Alex Bowman fourth,
Tire unattached. Fender trash. The 45.
Chase Elliott 8, Austin Dillon 9.
Heavy right side damage. Harvick on pit road.
Is done. That's the top 10 across the line presented by Powerball.
Harvick might not have too much damage, y'all. But he is on pit road already.
Saturday, Powerball, the official.
The 3, though, the entire driver's side front fender is gone, and that tire is not turning. Allmendinger tore up.
Increase your vehicle.
Allmendinger tore up on the right side, passenger side. That fender gone. They said that the 23 made it through. The 5 is stopped on the track. All right, Blaney climbing out of his car. They'll have to tow that back to the garage. Now, Harvick didn't look like he had a lot of damage from the side that I saw, y'all. He might have flat spotted the tires. NBC showing a replay of it right now, but it happened up front. Blaney was on the inside. And the 20 turns Ty Gibbs into the 12, and all hell breaks loose.
In a moment, we're going to get the red flag that's going to fly here at Daytona. The red flag will come out on lap number 60. All
right, so we're going red.
Step aside for a moment. Come back and we'll recap it for you. We'll do that next from Daytona International Speedway. This is the Motor Racing Network, the voice of NASCAR.
All right, so MRN do a commercial again. I don't remember which one is red flag. I don't remember, y'all. I know I got one. Christopher Bell, y'all, got into the back of Gibbs right when that turn started. The oofda. And all hell broke loose. I still haven't exactly found where Harvick was at. There he is. Harvick turned. Harvick's going to have damage on the left side, the driver's side of the car. That's the first time I've seen him. And he went all the way sideways, contacted a couple different cars. So the front toe on that number 4 Ford might have issues. Yeah, the 12 hit hard. The 12 is straight flush hit. You're right. You're right, Duke. It looked just like Big E's hit. Not good. But he's out, I believe. He got out of the car. I saw him get out. Absolutely, Matt. That's part of the deal with this restrictor plate racing. What's up, Eva Medina? Welcome to the channel. What I got going over here, y'all? Screen was all jacked up. Blaney asked if he was in Kansas.
Well, also got a piece of that crash. Those are the only ones, at least to this point, we've been able to see.
That's unofficially 14 drivers involved, and there are more. I know you don't have Alex Bowman there. He may have been grazed as he was trying to slide by. That's the big thing, is the amount of drivers that may have just escaped, but potentially with body damage on those cars. And we just keep going back. Again, if you just joined us or you missed the first 90 laps,
dang it,
and you picked us up at the top of the hour, the race
sorry, y'all, I'm having some technical
unreal.
issues.
And we knew that if a crash was to take place the way they were racing, especially at the front of the field, we'd wipe out the entire field. Fortunately, we did not do that. You've got a Ford leading over a whole host.
All right, so F11 is a good thing to push.
Behind Brad Keselowski, Kyle Busch. Let's give you that look at that top 10 right now. Again, under the red flag, and we do have 64 laps remaining. Brad Keselowski won the stage, but he did it over Chevrolet.
Wow, USC, man, they're supposed to be killing that team. They're supposed to be murdering them.
Alex Bowman and William Byron, teammates, go 4-5. Chastain escaped. He's 6. Chase Elliott.
James Chapman says, looks like I was right around Bubba. He read the room and got out of there. He's practically a shoe-in.
Get back to Joey Logano. That is your top
All right, the
10
54 is on a hook. Ty Gibbs,
under the red flag,
who's looking for his first restrictor plate win,
This massive cleanup effort
taken out there.
Perfect opportunity to visit with Jim Campbell, Vice President, General Motors Performance and Motorsports. Good evening. How are you?
It's great to be here. I couldn't wait to get here this weekend. The racing has been unbelievable. 3 wide, 195 miles an hour. But I got to tell you, no matter the manufacturer, I hope those drivers are okay. I hope Ryan Blaney's okay. That was a tough hit. The racing's been very exciting, but I hope these drivers are okay.
No more Addison, but they still got Williams.
You've got such a great crop of Camaros out there racing here in this event, holding your breath when they're 3 wide all the way through the field.
Well, I think everybody here at the Speedway.
That was an unbelievably hard hit by Blaney there, y'all.
Country, probably like everyone does. They've been texting me.
That was an unbelievably hard hit for Blaney.
Couldn't wait to get here. It's just thrilling to watch these drivers with the skill level they bring, no matter the brand.
Look at that safer barrier flex.
Drivers, but all the drivers are so talented here.
Yeah, well, let's talk about Chevrolet and racing here in NASCAR's top 3 levels. Chevrolet leads the manufacturer standings in the NASCAR Cup Series, NASCAR Xfinity Series, and Craftsman Truck Series. That's so far a pretty good year.
It's been a great year, winning over half the races in Manufacturers Championship lead. But
the 9 in the replay?
On the cusp of the playoffs here in the Cup Series, and it gets intense every year. So far,
see who they're saying is involved in this
work
wreck.
ahead is incredible. And actually, one interesting
they
thing
haven't updated
Daytona,
who's involved in the wreck, y'all. Usually they have it right there where I'm showing you.
Got his win. That was very exciting. So proud of him. That was a 46 win for Chevy in the NASCAR Xfinity Series. And then when Stenhouse Jr. won Daytona 500, that was our 50th in the Cup.
This is why I hate the Gibbs cars. Why?
So
What did he do? He just got hit from behind. There's the in-car camera for
How
Harvick.
big will the celebration be to have 100 wins across the top 3 series in NASCAR here at the World Center of Racing?
It would be very, very special. And most of all,
Riley Herbst knew he was about to run into his
Not only that,
elder teammate there and just yank the wheel to the left.
The pace vehicles for this weekend have been incredible. The Xfinity Series saw the Chevrolet Camaro SS1 LE tonight pacing the NASCAR Cup Series race. Chevrolet Camaro.
How did the 8 do?
Spectacular cars.
Yeah, of course, the ZL1 is what we race.
Wow, Busch right through it.
Pace car. Ricky Carmichael, a good friend of Chevrolet's. He is the GOAT. When it
Same
comes
with
to
Daniel
motorcycle racing,
Suarez.
And he took that Field of Green and the Camaro ZL1. We have a 6.2 liter supercharged V8.
Blaney might be
horsepower,
concussed.
0 to 60 in about 3 seconds, so it's fantastic. And in addition to the pace cars, out in the midway today, we had Garage 56 Camaro. The Hendrick folks loaned the car to us. We had it there, so all the race fans could see the cars that came off the track at the 24 Hours of Le Mans.
Special time for sure. There's a ton of race fans here. Largest crowd here at Daytona that's not been a Daytona 500 since 2014. They're getting an opportunity to see Chevrolet on full display.
Well, no doubt about it. And you know what? NASCAR's got momentum right now. It feels great. We're involved in a lot of series around the world with Chevrolet, Cadillac, our sister division runs. Got GMC and some off-road truck racing. NASCAR has got momentum. I know it. I can feel it, whether it's the attendance at the track or viewership. And the racing, you see it tonight. Side-by-side racing, 195
21-7 now?
3 wide, it's awesome.
All the best to you and Team Chevrolet here the rest of this one tonight and for the rest of this season.
Thanks for having me. Let's go racing.
Absolutely. Let's get this red flag lifted and get back out to racing. That is Jim Campbell, Vice President, General Motors Performance and Motorsports.
So we sit at the moment
under
the red flag. The red flag, from what we understand, is for a couple of reasons. One, debris scattered all over the racetrack. That comes as no surprise. The other is because a number of drivers...
He went right through it, Duke.
Tires, they may be dead in the water.
He went right through it on the low side. Didn't get hit at all.
We can see from the broadcast booth, the wreckers are by the cars, but they're not moving them. So we can see that Harrison Burton's car is just sitting there. Austin Cindric's car is just sitting there. And apparently what we're hearing is those cars may be able to continue, and therefore they can't move them until the red flag is lifted. We're going to talk about Ryan Blaney and the hit he took up in turn number 4 when we come back. Under the red flag, lap 96.
Bundling.
So another commercial break. With 60 in the house. If you're new, hit that subscribe button. Announcers suck at NBC today. Bad and real uninformative, says Douglas. Yeah, I don't even have that on most of the time, Douglas. I'm listening to MRN. So far on the scoring here, let me show it to you. So far on the scoring, these are the cars that are showing a lap or more down. So you notice Kyle Larson is one of those cars. I saw them tow Gibbs back to the garage. .48 needs to win. What's going on, Billy? Oh no. Well, he might not need to win, but it sure looks like. Well, Gibbs is out, right? Gibbs was the one that was right behind him, Billy. So, I don't know. He could still get in without a win as long as none of the win and get in drivers win it. All right, we're back under yellow. We're back under yellow as they're getting them going.
They back to back.
All right, involved in the wreck, Cindric, Dillon, Harvick, Larson, Hamlin, Blaney, Poole, Allmendinger, Busher, Bell, Burton, Herbst, Reddick, Stenhouse, Bowman, Gibbs.
Everywhere. Red flag lifted, yellow flag out. A Geico restart coming up, hopefully, in the very near future. Switch to Geico today to see all the ways you could save. It's easy. Simply go to geico.com to get a rate quote and get started seeing how much you could save.
Oh, no. I think it's the opposite, Alex. I think Bubba is out with the new winner.
Tires are now making their way in.
Oh, just what you said, without a new winner. Sorry, I read it wrong.
Got Harrison Burton down here. Harrison Burton got a push in. The crew is working on the right side of the car. About 4 pit boxes back is Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Kyle Larson is now being drug in as well. He's right in the middle of that. Kyle has at least 2 flat tires. Cliff Daniels said, we're going to try to change the tires, minimize the lap loss.
Kurt Busch retired today.
Issue as well, and so they're going to go to work on that car as well. Kip Kuhn?
Yeah, a number of cars on my end of pit road. Riley Herbst crap walked his way before that red flag. Now he has since retired. Austin Dillon looking at that car right now. The entire left front, they have peeled away that composite body. They think there's something bent with the suspension. They're trying to work on that now. Tyler Reddick was also on pit road. The benefit of this red flag,
Harvick is still showing on the lead lap.
Look over and determine what they felt like they needed to do. They said that nothing
in
26 seemed bent or
off
from the steering. The suspension seemed to be intact. The splitter was just knocked down. So he is off pit road right now, but will likely come down for some repairs.
Advent Health Care Center, also a very busy place. Alex Weaver is there.
Ty Gibbs just released from the Info Care Center. First and foremost, are you okay? And what happened out there?
Yeah, I am. I just felt like I was, getting a great push. I feel like all of our teammates worked really great together tonight, and I feel like I got pushed maybe in a bad spot, but we were going for the win, and I thank Christopher for all the pushes he gave me. I really do. So just a bad spot to be in.
Unfortunately, Ty Gibbs will not make the NASCAR Cup Series playoff. His day is done early at Daytona.
Yeah, but he still has 10 races to try to get his first career win. And everybody who does not make the playoffs has every right in the world to go out and try to chase checkered flags from here to the end of the season.
Let's go back now and talk about that hit. Ryan Blaney up in the
Billy, he can.
Area, Rusty Wallace. My thought is
still up there.
That is about as hard as I have ever seen anybody hit the wall. And we were talking about, I think, off air, the safety measures that go into these race cars and these racetracks, the safer barriers, the head.
The amount that safety barrier moved and flexed.
That was a vicious hit.
That was insane.
We were able to look at one of our in-car videos from that wreck. It showed Ryan's in-car, and his helmet really went forward quite a bit. And you could tell that the Hans device, the tethers were holding that back so much. So this Hans device really, really helped Ryan in this collision because it was one of the hardest head-on collisions I've seen in a long, long time.
Back to the Advent Health Care Center, Alex Weaver.
Riley Herbst just released from the Info Care Center.
Malik is predicting that Chase is going to win this bad boy. He's claiming it.
Especially after yesterday's match, it was cool to go up front in the Cup race and learn every lap and how to shot for the stage win. And made a rookie mistake and play track, and so I learned from that. But it was a lot of fun, and thank you to Stewart-Haas Racing, Front Row Motorsports for coming together and giving me a really
It might have, Alex. I mean, we could be talking about an instance where we watched a guy survive something that 20 years ago could have killed him.
Released from the Info Care Center.
It was a hard hit for everybody, not just for Ryan Blaney. Things continue down on pit road. Remember, we had checked off Todd Gilliland early because he went 15.
Stenhouse is crab walking down the bottom of the track.
Or could advance. I suppose the way this just played out, there's still a shot for Todd Gilliland. But, realistically, I'm looking down there. I'm seeing AJ.
Yeah, I remember, Billy. I remember, buddy. That was my driver as well.
You can check him off of
Rest
that
in
list.
peace, Big E.
We knew that we would get to that point where a crash or two was going to eliminate somebody from contention, from moving on. And
NBC has Junior in the booth. That had to be a tough deal for Junior to watch as well.
Yeah, as we sit right now, Martin Truex Jr. has indeed clinched the 2023 NASCAR Cup Series regular season championship. So Truex is now the regular season champion for 2023 and gets those valuable championship points.
Let's give you a look at the top 20. We may head back to the care center here in just a moment, but the top 20 rolling and official at this particular point. With 99 laps complete, 61 remaining. Brad Keselowski out front. By the way, the car he's driving tonight, the same car he ran here in February and led a bunch of laps, really has a lot of confidence about winning here tonight. He's out front at the moment over Kyle Busch, Daniel Suarez.
Sometimes, Alex. I watch it sometimes.
That is your top 5.
I watched his interview with Harvick. I've watched it a couple other times.
Joey Logano goes 7 and 8. Josh Berry and his teammate Eric Jones complete the top 10.
As we continue to look at the top 20, running in the 11th spot is Bubba Wallace.
I think there was a difficult time there. I think there was a difficult time there when Biggie passed and Harvick gets into the car and wins in his third race. I think Junior wasn't exactly a Kevin Harvick fan for a lot of the early years there.
Austin Hill 19th.
All right, they're interviewing
We'll take you further
Blaney
on that leaderboard here in just a few moments.
on NBC.
Getting back to the care center here shortly. That
looks fine, y'all. My goodness.
Sledgehammer shot head on. He was minding his own business at the front of the field. And let's hear from Ryan Blaney now at the Advent Health Care Center.
We are glad to see Ryan Blaney released from the Infield Care Center. A scary hit for you. First, are you okay? And from your point of view, what happened?
Well, I'm sure, Malik.
Yeah, I'm all right.
I was devastated, Dave. I was devastated for about 4 weeks.
Like 54 got turned into me. 20 shoved him in a kind of just a weird spot, I guess, and I got right reared. So yeah, not in a fun spot. So it's a shame. We had a fast car, came from the back to the front multiple times, and just thought we made a good move to try to win the stage or whatever, and just can't catch a break. So luckily everyone's all right. Go to next week.
Ryan Blaney released from the Infield Care Center after a scary hit in turn 4. He will attack the...
Is Blaney into the playoffs?
All right, Alex, thank you very much. Lap 100 now is officially in the books. Brad out front, 60 to go here tonight under the lights at Daytona.
Ray Magliozzi here for eBay Motors. Okay.
A commercial break. I haven't either, Greg. I haven't either. I thought he looked rather good, Duke. I thought he looked good, but yeah, he hit a ton, but ESPN, Sports Center, all the magazines. I have a number of them in the tavern. The Racing magazine. Him on the cover there with the tribute. I've got that one as well. I had approximately, I think it was like 15 or 16 of Dale's diecast. I was working at a Chevy dealer then, and I had about 15 or 16 of his diecast by my desk. And I remember coming in that Monday morning afterwards, because it obviously happened on that Saturday, or the Sunday. Maybe it was Saturday. But people were trying to steal those cars from my desk. So NBC is back. It looks like Pit Road is about to open. Yep, watch his funeral as well.
Front of you.
Bubba Wallace makes a stop in his pit stop. The crew on the right side is a pump of the jack. The tires go on now. They're on to the left side. 4 tires, Sunoco fuel. Crew chief Booty Barker giving him props. Just his instincts during that incident really paid off. Also in William Byron getting 4 tires, Sunoco fuel. Christopher Bell on this in the pit road getting a little bit of damage fixing. Steve Post.
Now the battle off from pit road looks like Eric Almirola with a very quick stop. He was in fuel only, and he gets out on the racetrack. I believe Chase Briscoe might have been out behind him, and they were just varying stops as far as fuel only.
Yeah, he had no idea, Greg. He just knew he saw the wall coming.
We're hoping to get some good track position. They stayed out a little bit longer.
Right, race off pit road. Busch, Elliott, Suarez, Chastain, Keselowski, Byron, Logano, and Berry.
Here, after they officially opened the pit lane, we're down to 59 laps to go. Later on, we're going to pick the Xfinity Mobile Reliable Performance of the Race, presented by Xfinity.
Boss told you to stay home.
You connected with the fastest mobile service with 5G and millions of Wi-Fi hotspots. Learn more at xfinity.com/mobile.
Kyle Busch, first one off of pit road, lap 101 in the books, 59 to go, under caution, back with a green flag in a moment from Daytona International Speedway. This is the Motor Racing Network, the voice of NASCAR.
High school, Billy? It was a weird day, Malik. I was working finance at the dealership that I worked at, so I was signing up people to purchase their new cars. I saw the accident just before I brought some customers into my office. And I remember seeing it and thinking, okay, so he's not going to win the race. But he looked fine. Everything looked okay to me. So I take those customers in, and then I had 3 customers behind them. So I didn't get out of the dealership that night until close to 9:30, 10 p.m., somewhere in that ballpark. And there were messages on my cell phone from a number of people, including my mother. And she was like, what did you think of Earnhardt dying? And I was like, what? And then obviously you have some time to gain your composure and start looking around at news sources that were on the internet then. And yeah, it was a tough time. It was a tough time. So I've been through it for people that I idolized growing up, and in some of my adulthood there. I've been through it with Earnhardt Jr. and with Kobe as well. So yeah, it can be over any second, y'all. It can be over any second.
Lap leaders, the question is, I guess it's not a question, it's a statement. I don't think any of that matters at this particular point.
Agree, 100%. And the playoff picture is becoming to get a little more clear. We know Martin Truex Jr. has already clinched the regular season. We know Ty Gibbs is out of the race. He will not be a playoff driver. But what about Bubba Wallace and where they sit right now on the racetrack and in the scenario? Kim Kuhn, what types of things are you hearing?
Well, Booty Barker, crew chief for Bubba Wallace in this 23 team, has been feeding.
I didn't see any of that, Duke, when it occurred, because I was, like I said, I was in my office signing people up
telling him which drivers are
for their new cars.
That could have been a new winner. They've also told him he is the
then most of the staff would leave, so it was just basically me and those customers remaining. Then I locked up the dealership that night. That's when I looked down and was like, oh shit, what's all these messages on my phone about?
They will help to try and win this race if they can.
Greg Moore was your favorite driver, Canada?
So, Alex, here real quickly, here's what we know as far as of the 17 drivers that are in serious jeopardy or completely eliminated from the opportunity. Cindric out, he's done.
They're going to get an update on Harvick here.
Down 4 in a very wounded race car. slim chance for AJ. Harrison Burton outdone. Todd Gilliland outdone. Ty Gibbs, his shot is over. So we've eliminated what 5, and that's unofficial at the moment, but 5 of the 17, their shot that they hope to be racing for a championship when we got to Darlington next week, that's out.
And we still have
Harvick still showing on the lead lap, 27 seconds back, so we're fine. We're going to race, but hopefully he's got some speed left in that number 4 Ford.
That means they're coming to the Geico restart zone presented by Geico.
Yeah, he was in there, Bobby. He was in there, but I think he's going to continue on. We'll see if he's got any speed.
Geico.com to get a rate quote and get started seeing how much you could save.
Boy, they're jumbled up over there in turns 3 and 4. Welcome back to the broadcast. Dave Moody, Mike Bagley, and Jason Toy. Our turn announcers for the Motor Racing Network, 3 of the absolute best in the business, and they're ready to go back to work for you here tonight. Steve Post, by the way, is on pit road along with Kim Coon.
Bobby, are you ignoring my question about Call of Duty? Are you ignoring me, sir?
Alex Hayden, and NASCAR Hall of Famer Rusty Wallace. We're 104 down, 56 remain, and time to...
I know it takes like an hour for that old PlayStation 4 you got to update, so you might want to get it going now.
To the inside lane, it's Chase Briscoe. Exactly.
Green flag, back out at Daytona.
Outside of him, that's Kevin Harvick, or rather Kyle Busch, I should say, as they race off to turn number 1.
Here they come into the 31-degree banking of turn 1. Chase Briscoe will get a good shove from behind from Eric Almirola. That will push him into the lead. He'll take the number 1 spot. Almirola second. Eric Jones to the inside of Kyle Busch.
Kyle Busch leads the outside line, and he's going to fall back into that side-by-side battle for third. But here he comes. The outside line comes to life. Kyle Busch now challenging for the lead.
Freight train on the outside led by Kyle Busch. Alex Bowman behind him along with Daniel Suarez and William Byron.
Busch goes right by those Stewart Haas Fords.
A pace lap at 195 miles an hour under the lights, and boy, they look good as they come across the line.
Oh, got you, Bobby.
It is Briscoe and Busch. Let's hear from Alex Weaver. Back to the care center we go.
Another driver released from the infield care center, this time Austin Cindric. Are you okay, and what took you out there?
Yeah, obviously a big wreck off of 4, and it's kind of at the tail end of the pack, so a little disappointed I couldn't get checked up and avoid it. And
Harvick is just outside of this lead pack on the top side. He seems to be up to speed just fine. Of course, he's got the draft.
Austin Cindric is released from the infield care center. Unfortunately, will not make the NASCAR Cup Series playoffs.
Tough break for Cindric and a host of others. Now, everybody who got a piece of the damage that is still
both Briscoe and Almirola and Bowman, who are in first, third, and fourth, are win and get in for the playoffs.
If they need to, come back down and work on their race car for as long as they choose to, with the exception of Austin Dillon, who's made the left-hand turn. He's going back to the NASCAR Cup Series.
You hate updates, Duke?
Austin Dillon will be officially out of the race, but he stayed out there to get a couple of extra laps to gain some positions. Unfortunately, Jeff, check him off the list. He is not going to be able to race for a championship.
Yeah, that list is going to continue to grow. Chase Briscoe to the point. Thank you to his teammate, Eric Almirola. Those two will go 1-2. Eric Jones having the drive.
We got 54 laps to go in the Coke Zero Sugar 400 at Daytona. Chase Briscoe, your leader. Eric Almirola second. Kyle Busch third.
Alongside Kyle Busch as they make their way back to 1.
They will run side by side. Eric Jones to the inside. Kyle Busch
we need help.
to the outside.
We need help, Bobby. Theo and I need some help. And you're letting us down, bro.
That opens the bottom up for Brad.
You're letting us down. How can we plunder with just 2 of us?
Drivers in must-win situations running 1, 2, 3 at the bottom of the racetrack. Chase Briscoe, Eric Almirola, Eric Jones, side by side for fourth. Still, Keselowski to the inside of Kyle Busch.
Another huge push from Eric Almirola gets Chase Briscoe out even further. The top 3 now.
You keep doing that other thing, Bobby, and you're going to produce something that looks like you. Let's be real. Let's be real. If you keep doing that other thing, one day a little thing will pop out that'll look just like you.
Let's hear from him with Alex Weaver.
Ricky Stenhouse Jr. released from the care center. It just looked like nowhere to go. Are you okay, and what happened?
Yeah, I'm good. I wish I'd have probably stayed high there.
I saw the 20 spin the 54, just pushing at the wrong spot.
Suppose he could, Duke.
The racetrack, which I've done before.
21-14.
So, just part of it. I was having
Dave, what was the line on that game? I think they were supposed to win by like 40.
It was really, really fast, and felt like we worked our way from the very back to the very front and got ourselves in good track position. So I was really happy and having a blast. It was a lot of fun racing, 3 wide, pushing each other. Felt like everybody was doing a really good job of putting on a good race for the fans, and just looked like Christopher just got him.
There could be a situation, Duke, where Bubba's sitting there and he's got to decide, okay, which one of these guys, if I help him win, which one's going to eliminate me? And if I help this other guy win and he's not going to eliminate me, you can bet your booty that he's going to go with the one that's going to let him be in the playoffs.
Because of the win in the Daytona 500. We stay under the green flag. There'll be 50 laps to go next time by.
Can't blame him for that.
Right now, the front 4 drivers are yet to win.
67 in the house, y'all. Hit that subscribe.
However, 3 of the 4 are needing to win to get in the playoffs. The other one in the top 4, Brad Keselowski, he's already locked in by virtue of points. As they come down to the line, Chase Briscoe continues to show the way.
A commercial break on MRN. NBC still sticking with it. Briscoe's lead, less than a tenth of a second over Amarola, his Stewart-Haas Racing teammate. Eric Jones in the 43 makes an appearance in the top 3. Brad Keselowski 4th, Bubba Wallace 5th. Where's Harvick? Harvick still back there in the 20s in 21st. Onboard telemetry is on board with Daniel Suarez. Currently at 8,100 RPM, 188 miles an hour, about half throttle. In 5th gear. We got 50 laps to go at Daytona International Speedway. Handled the kid thing 10 years ago, bro. What? Are you a sports model? Bobby, I didn't know that. I didn't know you were a sports model. We're still in it, James. Yep. Still Briscoe up front, y'all. About 1/10 of a second over his teammate. They are in the inside. About a 4-car breakaway.
For others, please.
.24 might go 3 wide. Come on, MRN.
They lead on one another.
Yeah, Herbst is in 38th. 18 laps down. He ain't winning this bad boy. I had no idea, dude.
Briscoe continues to pull the field around. I guess you can call this the calm right now.
That was a very kind thing for humanity you did there, Bobby. A very kind thing for humanity. I appreciate it.
Somewhat calm. Let's take a look at the leaderboard, brought to you by Blue Green Vacations. Blue Green Vacations, the official vacation ownership provider of NASCAR, invites you to believe in the power of vacation. With Blue Green, you can create a lifetime of memories at our collection of unique...
He does. He's got to win it, probably, James. He's probably going to have to win it.
Access to VIP NASCAR experiences. Start your vacation journey today at bluegreenvacations.com.
Let me explain to everybody what...
Thank you for your service, Bobby.
They're basically racing 2 wide from front to back. And Alex, last time by, the top 19 drivers were separated by less than 9 tenths.
Lap 115 of 160 with 46 to go. It's the Coke 0400.
On lap lap number 1.
From Daytona International
Chase Briscoe
Speedway.
Up front. Eric Almirola, then Eric Jones. Brad Keselowski, then Joey Logano.
Josh Berry, he up there?
That is your top 5.
Josh Berry in that 42 car. He will be replacing Harvick in that 4 next year.
Josh Berry is 6. Chandler Smith, 7th. Then Bubba Wallace. Although Bubba has just been shaken out of line. He's going to drop back to 11th.
I'm from Brooklyn, and I got into NASCAR because of a guy named Al Sneva. I liked his name.
That's your top 10.
With Bubba Wallace now
And Gordon because I love
Kyle
Pepsi.
Busch is 12th. Alex Bowman is 13th. Austin Hill goes 14th. Daniel Suarez is 15th. B.J. McLeod is 16th. Ryan Priest 17th. William Byron is 18th. 19th is Ty Dillon, and 20th is Chris Buescher.
21st, Chase Elliott. Remember, he has to win tonight. He's running.
You miss Swervin' Irvin?
Ross Chastain, Justin Haley, and Martin Truex Jr. That's your top 25. J.J. Yaley, Tyler Reddick, the top 27.
Ernie Irvin.
1 lap down. Denny Hamlin. 2 laps down. Harrison Burton, Kyle Larson back in 30th. A.J. Allmendinger 31st. Austin Dillon. Todd Gilliland, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Ty Gibbs. These are all cars now out of the race. Ryan Blaney, Austin Cindric, Riley Herbst, and Brennan Poole. There you go, 27 on the lead lap.
So Rusty Wallace, we're watching right now the front, 10 or 11 or so cars huddle up at the bottom of the racetrack, single file. This is as calm a racing as we've seen since the drop of the green flag.
Oh, yeah, it's as calm before the storm, I call it. Trust me, they're just kind of got their breath right now. They're just logging laps at the moment. Everything's looking pretty good for them. In fact, I am pretty surprised about Chase Elliott, if I got to pick a driver out there that I'm looking at. Chase Elliott got involved in that wreck, had a bunch of flat tires and stuff. I pretty well thought he was out of it, but he's up in the high groove right there, about 4 cars back. He's actually looking pretty good, and that's one of 2 of the Hendrick cars that is not in the final season, not locked in the top 16 yet. So it looks like only one of them is going to be able to make it. It's probably going to be Bowman or Chase, but they got to win in order to make it. But my moral of the story, guys, they're still out there running. And I thought after this last wreck, they were going to be out and not have a chance.
Well, they're in it, and they do have a chance. You're right. As a matter of fact, Alex Bowman trying to make a move right now. But we're going to head
I kind of got to a pause here, y'all. It's kind of quiet.
Austin
Briscoe
Dillon just
leading
released
it.
From the Infield Care Center. Are you okay? And what ended your night here?
Yeah, it sucks. We just had a suspension kind of fail in the left front. From
I don't know. I don't feel like they're going to do it just yet, Kathleen, but it'll happen near the end here, I'm sure.
Go and have a little fun out there, get some stage points, but really it pays nothing for that. I've won races, not racing for those. So, oh man, made some decent moves and then some not so great moves. So I got to go back and look to figure out why we didn't keep ourselves toward the front. Just
Look at Harvick up towards the front, y'all.
I don't know. Other than just lifting and coming to the.
I spy a number 4 Ford
I don't know what we could have done differently.
on that outside line, 5 cars back.
Punches ticket last season. Unfortunately, not the case tonight.
No, it will not be, and he'll have to race again next week in the Cookout Southern 500.
Look at him, y'all.
Continues to impress in the Colleague Racing entry. He's up to the number 4 position. However, he's going to be shuffled this time by, and Chandler Smith falls back to the 9th spot. Chandler Smith in the top 10 here in the closing 41 laps in only his 2nd career NASCAR Cup Series start.
Will they find out?
All 4 Stewart Haas cars in the top 10. That is correct. Jay Ramos. The closer, says Greg Davis. We got 41 to go. It's single file racing up front. I don't know. They're about 10, 12 cars deep up front. But look at that 4. That gear wrench Ford. Piloted by the man, Kevin Harvick. He's already in the playoffs. He's secured a spot in the playoffs. But has not got that win in his swan song season. Ooh, Amarola went for a little ride there.
To 528.
On Team Chevy, says Dave. Lap 121 of 160, 40 laps to go.
Here at Daytona, the racing continues to be single file, and they're all going to.
Fords are going to shut it out.
To tail on the outside lane through turns 3 and 4. What a sight here at Daytona as they come to the line. 39 to go. Chase Briscoe leads 6 Fords in a row. It's Briscoe, Almirola second.
Look at that. It's a blue oval party up front.
Kevin Harvick 5th, and Brad Keselowski in that last Ford is in the 6th spot. From Daytona International Speedway, this is the Motor Racing Network, the voice of NASCAR.
"39 laps to go. Briscoe's lead, less than a tenth of a second. Single file racing at Daytona, y'all. They are single file on the top side all the way through the field. All the way through the field. A far cry from that 3-wide racing we saw a little earlier. You wonder if they get bunched up, and they will, how the draft is going to affect that number 4 Ford of Harvick with the damage on that left side. The damage is barely noticeable to the naked eye as they drive by at almost 200 miles an hour. But there is damage there because I saw him get hit there. Good for Stewart-Haas. They deserve it. Yeah, well, Stewart-Haas is in trouble, y'all. They're talking about they're going to have to sell 2 charters. Yeah, they're in big trouble. Busch kind of left them high and dry, but that's what I was speaking to earlier about how powerful Harvick was as a brand ambassador during his time in the Cup Series. He was one of the drivers, much like Denny Hamlin, who managed to keep his sponsors happy to the point that they stayed with him for a long time. Harvick's biggest example was Budweiser following him to Stewart-Haas from Richard Childress Racing when he switched. A round nose is a fast nose, says Duke. I was checking on MRN.
And Briscoe are running 1, 2, 3. All 3 of them need a win in order to advance. You work
FedEx
together,
on that
you
11, Donald.
together. If this stays like this would be rather interesting to see how the team orders come into play.
Yeah, it will be, but they got to execute a pit stop and a potential green flag pit stop with 36 laps to go. No, by the way, they got to hold off everybody else.
Where is Elliott? Elliott in 7th. You're correct, Duke. You're correct.
I mentioned the potential
and
pit
James.
stop and when it may come, so why don't we take a swing down the pit lane?
We're on board on NBC with Kevin Harvick for a moment there.
This report from Pit Road is presented by O'Reilly Auto Parts. Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all of your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast. From the
Still pretty much single file racing all the way through the field, though, y'all.
Steve Post, what say you?
There will be one more pit stop, Alex, but these crew chiefs and teams keep that decision when that is pretty close to the vest. They're relaying to the drivers what lap it is. And
36 laps to go.
So they have a plan. We just don't know what it is yet, but there will be one more pit stop. The strategy by Stewart-Haas Racing.
Yeah, Ty Dillon up there in 8th in that number 77.
And Chase Briscoe, the 2 drivers that are down here on this end of pit road, they were on pit road.
You're waiting for JGR to let Denny go? Do you think they let him take the number, Greg? Apparently that number is very important to Hamlin.
So when the crash happened,
and does FedEx go with him?
No damage.
FedEx would be a big blow to JGR if they leave. They're like a full year sponsor on that 11 car.
After that stage break, they needed less fuel than everyone else, and that allowed them to be at the front of the field. So I love the strategy that Drew Blickensderfer, crew chief for Eric Almirola, and Richard Boswell, crew chief for Chase Briscoe, pulled off to put themselves at the front of the field with one more stop left. Kim Cook?
How about Ryan Freese? Remember at the beginning, before we even wait to...
Now you never know, James. You never know if he can hold it or not. Let Hamlin take his number.
In the top 3 position. When I talked to crew chief Chad Johnston this morning, he
never
said,
changed his number in the Cup
look
Series.
At this race is a potential to win, but more than anything, we just want to be there at the end with all the fenders on it. These super speedways.
I don't know. I don't see Gibbs giving him that number.
Organization, we have been on the wrong side of the wreck, so they just wanted to get a good, clean race. Now, looking at the potential for a possible win.
Think FedEx would go with him?
Post comments, they will have to stop one more time. No indication from any of the teams on my end.
They can make it from here, says Duke.
It's more just dictating what other drivers are doing on the racetrack. racetrack. So we'll keep you posted if we hear anything in terms of what we'll see, what will likely be green flag stops. Alex Weaver?
Hearing the same side of the story from my section of pit road. Obviously, Stewart-Haas Racing very impressed with their cars right now. All quiet on the radio. The plan right now is to possibly come down pit
might be
road
forced
to take
out.
fuel only and to top off with Sunoco fuel. But if a caution comes out, which they are expecting, it's Daytona. They
Could be
will
like
obviously
everything else
hold
lately in
those
NASCAR,
plans
y'all. It could
and
be
keep
all
it
be
quiet on
determined
the
by what
radio. A lot
FedEx
of
does,
code names
what they
being
want to
thrown
do.
around. So interesting to see what the strategy may play out here at the end of this race.
All right, there you go. From pit road, Steve Post, Kim Kuhn, Alex Weaver. We are down to 32 to go. And right now they are just snuggled up against the outside safer barrier. They're content to ride here. You talked about it, Rusty. Calm before the storm, logging laps. Call it what you want. It will not take away from some of the wildest racing we have ever seen here at Daytona.
Oh, we've seen some of the wildest racing tonight. We've seen a long time, but guys, this is an important race. I mean, we still got a long ways to go, and at the end of this race, I still think we're going to see a little bit of chaos happen.
Luke says, I
But
think
before
NASCAR
that
has a
does
plan
happen,
that
I
teams
wanna
can
give a
only
shout
have
out to one
full-time
driver
teams.
watching out there that I'm
I don't
pretty
know,
impressed
man. They
with.
can't really
That's
do
Chris
that
Buescher.
because
Here's a guy
we've
who
already
won
got 39
the
car
very
fields,
next week,
man.
won Michigan.
They do some shit like that. We'll be having 30 car fields in NASCAR? That would suck.
Really strong. And we're doing a lot of talking about other people, but here's a guy.
Even
that
some
can
sugar
pop up
tonight
and
there,
win this thing also.
Kathleen?
You got two RFK Fords running in the top six, and then you've got the four Stewart-Haas Racing Fords. Again, 6 Fords right now pacing the field. All the way back, and I'm going to say all the way back in 27th, but all the way back means you're 3 seconds behind the race leader, and they are running nose to tail, is a driver by the name of B.J. McLeod. And just a few moments ago,
B.J. McLeod, and this is his best friend, Bear. Bomb.
Pulled out of line, let everybody kind of go by. B.J. is not typically a driver that will get up and try to dice with drivers that are trying to make a championship run. He's out there to get the best finish he can.
We'll make chocolate chip cookies for Sheila and Dad Dave.
Rather, let's give a call to B.J. McLeod.
Absolutely. He's 39-year-old out of Wauchula, Florida. That's down in the southwestern part.
Wow, that scared the shit out of me. NBC, I looked up and they're showing a replay of the wreck. I thought it was the regular race. Holy shit.
Things he did. He started racing back in the old ASA series when he was 13.
Think Ty is hurting JGR? I don't.
B.J. McLeod at Southern National Motorsports Park in Kenly, North
I don't.
Carolina.
I think Ty's
Couldn't
doing
believe
fine
there's
for a young
this
fellow like
13-year-old
that.
kid that was racing here with the big boys. And then, obviously, as time has gone on, we found out that 13 is kind of.
But you're thinking they moved the team so they can only have 2. Oh, I'm tracking. I'm tracking.
Of his 8th season right now, he's got 2 top 10s, and it's not necessarily a surprise that he's been running as well as he has here at Daytona tonight. He had his first top 10 in the Cup Series here at Daytona 2 years ago. He was in top 10 in this race a year ago. And here's B.J. McLeod just hanging in there. And how many times have we talked about it, Jeff, where if you just
Ty's
hang around,
attitude?
never know what can happen.
And he's doing that.
I agree with that to a point, Greg. But his interview just after this wreck here was pretty impressive. But I do hear what you're talking about, especially after his win this year in that Xfinity series. I thought there was some dumb shit going on there, but he's young, bro. Just like Harvick was an idiot when he was younger. He was an idiot when he was younger. Wife made some chocolate cake for Dave. How's she doing, Dave? How's she feeling? Are Elliott, Logano, and Wallace strategizing again? Asked James. NBC is live. They got a split screen. They're on board with Chase Elliott. Chase Elliott's RPM is a little over 8,100. He's going 188 miles an hour. He's currently in 7th position at half throttle in 5th gear. Briscoe's lead a little over 1/10 of a second over his teammate Eric Almirola in the 10. Ryan Preece, another Stewart-Haas car, in 3rd. So in the top 5, you've got all 4 of the Stewart-Haas entries. Buescher, the only one breaking up the Stewart-Haas parade up front.
breakfast 2 for $3 Biggie bundles. You can choose the pair you want. Limited time only during breakfast hours. U.S. price and
If Briscoe wins this race, he's in the playoffs and Wallace is out.
Single item at regular price.
If Eric Almirola wins it, he's in and Wallace is out. If Priest wins it, he's in and Wallace is out. And if Elliott wins it, he's in and Wallace is out.
They go 1, 2, 3. Chris Buescher, then Kevin Harvick, and then Chris's teammate Brad Keselowski. So it is
27 laps to go in the Coke Zero Sugar 400 from Daytona International in Valhalla. Sports Talk is here for all the action. Hit that subscribe button if you are new. Give the video a like and turn on the bell notification so you know when we go online.
Alex Hayden talked about him just a little while ago. What a run he's having.
Chandler Smith in 9th, y'all.
Your regular season champion right now is 10.
Eric Jones is being scored 11th. Kyle Busch is 12th. Joey Logano
2-month checkup this week. All right, let's go.
15th is Michael McDowell. 16th,
chocolate cake on chocolate frosting.
17th is Austin Hill. Corey LaJoie is 18th.
Okay.
Alex Bowman,
Okay, I am a yellow cake on chocolate frosting.
Justin Haley, Ross Chastain in front of his teammate Daniel Suarez.
I ain't gonna wait till the end, says Duke.
JJ Yaley on the lead lap. He's 24th. Josh Berry 25th.
9 has the 77, giving him a little push there. But it's pretty much single file racing.
27 cars running on the lead lap. 1 lap down.
Vanilla cake for you, Kathleen?
Debris caution is Denny Hamlin. He'd get the free pass.
What's up, Hiking Combat? How you doing, buddy?
Intention to win. 28, Kyle Larson. 29. I checked that. 29.
James Chapman says NBC is riding Elliott. They really want that story to play out tonight. The storyline.
He's currently the last car still racing out there, although multiple laps down after a fluid leak put him behind the wall early on to get repaired.
25 laps to go.
Out of the race. 33rd, Austin Dillon. 34th, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. 35th.
Just saw Harvick go by there, y'all, and it doesn't look like there's a lot of damage on that driver's side front to me.
Riley Herbst, and 39th, Brennan Poole.
I don't see any tape on it, no nothing. What's up, Roland Olson? Understood, Roland. Understood, man. People in Dawsonville are watching at the firehouse, says Alex.
Jim Beaver Sports' Garrett Lowe.
NBC is currently side by side. Commercials playing on the left side of the screen. MRN currently in a full commercial break. Chase Briscoe continues to lead. This would be a huge pickup for Stewart Haas if they get a win today. Nothing but bad news and rumors coming out of that race shop all this week. Rumor they might have to sell two of their charters to another team. Rumors they could even switch manufacturers, as Ford might be pulling away from them.
Looking for motorsports coverage?
Very important stops, no doubt. German chocolate cake with German chocolate frosting for Dave Rhodes. Bougie. You have bougie tendencies, Mr. Rhodes. You definitely have some bougie tendencies. Just give me a yellow cake with some chocolate frosting and let's rock and roll, y'all.
On podcast clap.
Let's rock and roll. Give me a tall glass of of cow juice, a big tall glass of ice cold cow juice, yellow cake, chocolate frosting. And let's go with it.
Victory lane doing media spot. That's kind of when it.
Lap 139 of 160. 23 laps to go.
As well as break down the up.
Duke says Chase is currently leaving a gap to the 6 of Keselowski to get a little run, cut it down low.
Single file throughout the front of the field, but further back,
Stuart Haas should try to go back to Chevy, says Jay Ramos.
Out of line and try to get something going. Down to 21 laps to go. The
6 Chevys followed by 6 Fords followed by 3 Chevys.
He turned a lap at 193.
Martin Truex, the only Toyota in the top 15.
Generation 10G network, only from Xfinity. Get the fastest internet with a reliable connection so everyone can be online at once. The future starts now. Xfinity, proud premier partner of NASCAR.
All right, we're down to 20 to go. 140 complete. You got to wonder now when you pull the trigger and say it's go time.
I was just saying we're thinking about you, Roland. Take it easy, buddy. Take it easy. We're thinking about you.
Wallace says it's time to go. Rusty Wallace, 20 to go. Is it time?
Oh, yeah, we're going to get at least one more, Jay Ramos.
You don't have to do it quite yet, but the big problem's happening right here is that we're going to pit stop coming up, guys. Probably at about...
They decide to go too wide, and pit road is about to get busy.
Let's call it 10 to 15 laps to go. No matter
Harvick still holding on to that 5 position, but there's a group of Hornets on the low side, led by the 13.
Got to come with the rest of the pack. That's the key. Everybody's going to fly down together. Could be a bunch of bumping and banging coming down pit road. Take about 5 or 6 gallons of gas or rip back out of there and go, can't go. And
I don't see Stuart Haas screwing this up. They got something to prove, says James Chapman.
That's going to put you up front in a position we need to win this race, but you got to have a fast pit stop to get up there.
You do indeed. You got to be at the bottom of the racetrack to do
28
that as well.
to 14 USC in the third quarter.
Ryan Preece drops out of line in front of the pack. Oh, he gets shoved by A.J. Allmendinger. He shoves Preece into the middle lane.
Chandler Smith is the first car on the low side, at least for a minute.
Shoved Ryan Preece out of the way down low.
Chandler Smith now leads the inside line. He's got Kyle Busch right behind him. Bubba Wallace, Ross Chastain.
With the 41 up the track.
Line down about third back in line from the top side. It's A.J. Actually, check that. Chandler Smith continuing to bring him up towards the front, side by side for the third spot.
All right, let's go back.
That 14 dropping like a rock through the middle.
About if you're on the outside lane and you want to pit with your manufacturing teammates, good luck because the inside lane, Dave, is completely sealed off.
It is from about the 5th spot on back. The low line is occupied.
Yep, any mistake on pit road, Alex. Any mistake.
Charge. Kyle Busch is right there. Bubba Wallace right there. Then the Trackhouse twins, Ross Chastain and Daniel Suarez.
A lot of Chevrolets at the bottom of the racetrack with the
18 to go. 18 to go. Briscoe, Amarola, Buscher, Harvick, your top 4.
He's got to go with who he can, and right now it's the Chevy Brigade.
Those Chevrolets down on the bottom side, but up top side is the Ford Brigade trying to get position. Now the top 4 Fords work their way to the bottom part of the racetrack.
As they continue to
It's crazy, y'all.
Entrance to pit road.
This is crazy. They're going to get side by side right when it's time to pit.
Top of the leaderboard. Eric Almirola second. Chris Buescher is third. And from there on back, it's on.
Yeah, and from there on back, you got some Ford cars up high that may not be able to get to pit road with their
18 to go.
mates. The top 4 Ford Motor Company.
2 hours in. Average speed 161, 530. Last fast lap 193.05.
Start to test things out a little bit. Eric Almirola has basically sitting in Chase Briscoe.
Third line forming up top.
He's been there all night long and pushing him. They started off on the front row and did the same thing early. They continue to do it now. Top 4, all Fords as they work their way now. The Chevrolet.
Top 4 now down low.
More than just Chevrolets. There's a whole bunch of cars coming to pit road. One lighting up the brakes further back. That may be Ty Gibbs. 16 to go. They're on pit road. Alex Weaver.
Pit road is busy.
Bringing in the front of the Chevrolets. It's gas and go for both.
It was not the top 4 that came in, y'all. The top 4 still out there.
Well, the 99 is Suarez just going for gas. Kim Kuhn.
Bubba Wallace up in service. Gas and go for both him, Christopher Bell, Justin Haley on this end of pit road.
We got 5 Fords in the top 5 right now. 8 in the top 10. 16 to go. Toyota's, Chevys on pit road.
The lead group now exits turn 4. They will stay on the racetrack. They are majority Fords. However, there are some.
It'll be a crazy finish, y'all.
They're going to race single file at the bottom of the racetrack. We don't expect them to stay out too much longer.
No, we don't.
It'll be a crazy finish in this one.
Sooner or later, then the blend.
You have to assume that the Fords will come in this time around.
Those that pitted, those that are coming off of pit road will find out that we're down to back straightaway. Mike Bagley's there.
Here they come off the end of the back straightaway. Chase Briscoe twitching a tad. A very aggressive shove from Eric Almirola.
And they go down to the bottom part of the racetrack, staying single file. The lone Chevrolet there in that fifth position. In that sixth position, Chase Elliott there too.
They come up
That snake that came off pit road is going down the backstretch now.
Kyle Busch is the front car there with Ross Chastain behind them, and then Bubba Wallace. Important
15 to
why?
go.
Because if they can maintain it and get around this next group that pits, if Busch or Chastain can win, Bubba Wallace would then be locked into the playoffs. They need that to take place, but there's an awful lot that has to take place before that can happen.
Just trying to look to see.
Kathleen, how do you know if a blonde lady has been making cookies in your kitchen, chocolate chip cookies? How do you know if a blonde lady has been making chocolate chip cookies in your kitchen?
94.
You find a bunch of little M&M shells.
He's in front of that pack. When will the other pack come to pit road? It may be right now. So Alex Weaver, get ready, because here comes Logano and Brad Keselowski.
Fords reminded to slow
Sorry about that
down
music,
with the
y'all.
entry of pit road. They do not want a mistake on pit road. It's a gas and go for Kevin Harvick, Brad Keselowski.
All right, Fords to pit road. Harvick first pit stop.
And the team gives William Byron a Scotch Sunoco fuel, a push off from his pit stop. Ryan Preece also getting fuel on this end of pit road. Steve Post.
73 in the house. Briscoe, Almirola, Elliott, Logano, McDowell, Byron, Preece, Dillon, Harvick, Buescher on pit road.
It looks like the Fords and Chevrolets that just made that stop, Dave Moody.
Harvick is the first Ford off pit road.
In front of the other group.
They have, but they are not up to speed yet. They're about halfway down the back straightaway. Coming up to full song is that.
Come on, Fords, get going. Here they come.
That pack exiting two, led by Kyle Busch, has got a full head of steam.
Now Busch pulling them Chevys, and they can see the Fords now. They can see them.
Full head of momentum.
Harvick leading the Ford brigade, and he is your race leader.
And Kevin Harvick did the best
Come
job
on.
in that stop. He came down pit road,
Come
got
on.
gas
13 to
in that car,
go.
right out of it without spinning the tires or nothing, beat everybody out, and now Kevin Harvick's leading this race.
There is a penalty that has to be served, and it's for Kyle Larson.
Larson gets penalized on pit road.
Larson will have to do a pass-through penalty. The
Come on,
field
Harvick.
exits turn number 2, heads for the Daytona Super Stretch.
And Larson is about midway in that first pack of cars. So Mike Bagley, he's going to have to be pretty nimble to get out of that pack.
Indeed he will. As that
12 to go.
Kevin Harvick, Chase Elliott,
12 to go.
Almirola, the front 3 and 3.
Eric Almirola giving a good push. He has Chris Buescher right behind him. His teammate Brad Keselowski back there. And
They're the second pack. The second pack, the Chevys and the Fords are about 20 car lengths behind the Fords. The Chevys and the Toyotas are about 20 car lengths behind the Fords.
It is career start 45 at Daytona for Kevin Harvick, his final start ever here. He picked up the win in the Daytona 500 earlier in his career. He's off turn number 2. He's out onto the back straightaway. Kevin Harvick is leading here at Daytona.
And the draft that he's leading, everybody in it at the bottom of the racetrack. But if they look over their rear over their shoulders and at the rear view mirror, that pack that's led by Kyle Busch is catching them mightily.
Kyle Busch now some 15, 10 car lengths off the back deck lid of Harrison Burton. He's second in the front group in the second group.
Kevin
Come on,
Harvick
MRN,
is locked
stick
into
with
the
us.
Playoffs on points. Right behind him, you've got Chase Elliott, who needs a win. Behind Elliott, you've the teammate. To
Harvick will not let them pass him.
Harvick doesn't have to win.
He will. It will be checkers or wreckers for Harvick, in my opinion. Checkers or wreckers. He will not let anybody pass him in the next 10 laps.
Kyle Busch Express. He has caught the tail end of this draft, and now he's up to about position number 10. Kyle Busch, we're drafting help from Bubba Wallace, Eric Jones, and 7 others.
Takes the freight train to the top side. They'll bypass Ty Dillon. Joey Logano will be the next victim. William Byron
Come on, man.
as well. The front group starting to get well up now by Kyle Busch.
Boy, they are coming hard off of turn number 4. It is Busch, Wallace, Eric Jones, along with Martin Truex Jr. There's the word. They're getting more and more They make their way back to turn
Come on, MRN.
The train is rolling that high line, and so far nobody's jumped up out of the low groove to try and take the lead in that outside line. Here comes Alex Bowman now. He'll do it. He'll go to the outside lane.
And he's not alone. Others will jump up in the outside line, including Brad Keselowski, including Chris Buescher. While at the bottom, Joey Logano behind the lap car of Kyle Larson in 3.
Oh, Mama, this is getting good. Down Joey Logano.
Come on, Harvick, do not let them pass you.
There with Kyle Larson, the top 4 pulling away.
8 laps to go at Daytona. Kevin Harvick said it in qualifying yesterday. This will be indeed his final ever race at Daytona. He's got the field in the rearview mirror and in turn 1.
It's a snarling pack of racers that are tying it up from second on back. Down low, Chase Elliott.
Harvick down low. It's 3 cars up front, single file. Amarola brakes, goes up high. Amarola brakes, goes up high.
There in front of his teammate and Eric Almirola. Chase Elliott.
Harvick going to go up in front of him.
Kyle Larson right behind him. Elliott up now to a side-by-side.
Chase Elliott, first car now on the inside.
Push this time on Eric Almirola. Pushes the front 2 and Kevin Harvick and Almirola out.
8 laps to go.
Bottom part of the racetrack to build that momentum. Here comes Chase Elliott.
And he's got his teammate right behind. Let's not forget about that.
Elliott has the 5 right behind him.
They're on the inside.
Harvick playing middle now, playing middle. Amarola can't stay with him. Harvick going to drop.
Here comes Chase.
Nope, stays up high.
Kyle Larson is a lap down. He is not in it for the win, so he can just
8 to go.
the dickens out of his teammate Chase Elliott. He'll do exactly that off turn 2.
Kyle Larson's car kicks sideways in 2. That'll cost him a little bit of real estate. Advance the back bumper of Chase Elliott.
7 to go.
He regains. He regroups.
7 laps to
Here's
go.
Elliott. Back to the bottom. Almirola tries to squeeze Elliott.
Kevin Harvick thought about going down to the bottom part to stop the advancement there of Chase Elliott. Thinks better of it. Stays up there. Elliott sticks the nose of his Chevrolet out front. Side by side for the lead at Daytona.
6 laps to go. This time by Harvick on the outside lane will lead. He's going to clear the inside lane. He's going to bring Almirola clear of the inside lane. Almirola's going to bring Chris Buescher clear of the inside lane.
Playoff berths are on the line in the late laps here at Daytona. It's Harvick the leader. Almirola second. Buescher third. Chase Elliott trying to right the ship. Here comes Keselowski up high for 4th.
Ford and Chevy side by side for that 4th spot. The Chevy of Elliott to the inside of the Ford of Brad Keselowski. But here's Chris Buescher. He'll rumble out of the pocket and bring Keselowski along for the ride.
The RFK duo goes to the bottom part of the racetrack. It's Kevin Harvick. It slides down, gets across the nose of those twins right there.
Come on.
Brad Keselowski and Buescher looking to the outside.
5 laps to go here tonight under the lights at Daytona. Harvick leads, but here come the RFK Ford Mustangs. They line up right behind Chase Elliott.
Harvick has no teammate. Amarola's lost him.
Got to move forward, but he is right now in a side-by-side battle for the number 4 position. He's got the bottom of the racetrack. Eric Almirola topside as they run 2 by 2 off turn 2.
Elliott trying to inch forward. He needs more drafting help. The outside line has very... Oh, look out! Trouble further back! One car is up and over. Barrel rolling down the back straightaway. It is Ryan Preece, end over end, side over side, as the car breaks loose. And now will catch flame in a horrific crash on the back straightaway. Flames are extinguished for the most part.
What a wreck by Preece. Multiple cartwheels.
End over end, side over side. Basically turning pirouettes down the backstretch.
Scary crash here at Daytona on the Daytona Super Stretch. Caution is out. Lap 155.
Caution is out. Harvick, Buescher, Keselowski showing as your top 3. But Ryan Preece is the concern here.
He spun down to the inside of the racetrack. And when that car snapped around, it caught air and immediately went airborne. When it came down, it made hard impact and began to tumble end over end, side over side, turning gyrations in the air. Safety
all right, window net down.
Bended knee, talking to Ryan in the cockpit as other safety crews have arrived and is smoking bad Ford Mustang.
All right, we'll leave you out there to keep an eye on that fire once again erupting under the hood, even as they attend to Ryan inside that race car. Fire has been extinguished, but it will reignite from time to time. We're under caution flag. A vicious crash down the back straightaway here at Daytona. with 5 laps remaining.
Shit, I screwed this up. It's not a red flag, yo.
Focus right now on Ryan Preece.
Will they find a home? Sponsored by Geico. Sarah wants...
All right, so a commercial break. We're still under yellow. It's showing 6 to go. Harvick the leader, Buescher second, Keselowski third, Chase Elliott fourth, and Eric Almirola in fifth. Is Preece out of the car? Safety crews, of course, on scene. I don't know. Are they still rolling? I don't know. All right, Preece is out. He's okay, y'all. He's standing. He's standing, helmet off.
But the good news is he is out of the car, talking to safety officials and awaiting the arrival, or awaiting the ride, that is, to the infield care center.
A vicious crash for Ryan Preece. Again, out of the race car. Will go to the infield care center, but out of the race car under his own power.
He's out of the car, y'all.
Daytona International Speedway. This is the Motor Racing Network. The voice.
Marin selling those commercials. All right, we're currently showing 5 laps to go. 5 laps to go at Daytona. Most of the damage, most of the debris will be on the inside of the racetrack. So I don't think we're done here. I don't think this race is complete. But man, good to see Preece get out of that vehicle. These things are Hot Wheels, y'all. They're literal Hot Wheels. Look at the bottom of that car. How the hell do they think that's safer? It's like they're driving around on gliders, for Christ's sake. There is nothing to break up the air on the bottom side of these cars. You getting comment errors? Yeah, I don't know what that's about. Yeah, go out, come back in. Maybe it'll fix. NBC still showing replays. So Preece was on the outside, and he came down. And as soon as it hit the grass, that thing was up. That might be the highest I've ever seen a car go at Daytona, like in the air. That flip right there. It's a good 14 feet in the air.
Right front, right off that car. He will not be able to continue on after a really, really strong run here tonight at Daytona.
All right, bud. Appreciate it. Steve Post is down there. Mike Bagley's on the back.
We're still showing under yellow.
From Mike. Safety vehicles surrounding the area at the end of the back straightaway. Mike?
Yeah, again, Ryan Preece got out of the car under his own power. Safety crews encased the car, and they brought a gurney over. And he walked over to the laid down. They have put him in the ambulance, and as I speak, he is leaving the accident scene in the ambulance, headed to the care center. And right now, the task at hand.
Pull the crap off the cars.
Put the car on a wrecker. They have to put it on a rollback. Virtually every part of that race car has some.
Yeah, Wallace had a couple bad flips as well. No, it's still showing yellow. It's still showing under yellow.
Alert and awake. Got out of the car under his
So it's going to be a
care center for further observation.
It's going to be probably like
Wallace,
2 laps to go.
Unfortunately, you know a thing or two about wild flips on super speedways. You had a crash very similar to what we just witnessed with Ryan Preece. Yours came at Talladega.
Yeah, mine was at Talladega, pretty similar to that. Eric caught the right side of the car, got underneath it, got it airborne, and started flipping end over end. As we were coming to the start-finish line.
Increased velocity, reduced pressure, says Donald Thomas.
It was a bad wreck, no doubt about that, but NASCAR's made a lot of improvements on the cars. This car, to me, looks like it got hit so hard in the side.
The one amazing thing was how all of the parts stayed with it, but that's,
this car up in the air.
I mean, even as it's flipping, no tires come off, not many issues with like panels coming off. It all kind of held together.
The roof flaps to really do anything, but at this time, man, I'll tell you what, when I had my bad wreck, I just took my head and I pulled it way down. All
right, so we're showing in overtime on my screen. I'm not sure why NASCAR.com is showing 4 to go. NBC is showing that we're in overtime.
So nothing hits you in the helmet.
Cars on pit road.
You hold on for dear life to the steering wheel so your hand won't go flying around inside the car. And I noticed her window net broke.
There are cars on pit road.
He didn't have anything to hold his hands in. So thank gosh he was able to hold on to the wheel and keep himself small inside the car. And it looks like he's probably going to be okay.
The highs and lows of NASCAR racing.
I'm going to refresh this, y'all. I'm going to refresh the audio.
Victory lane. They may be advancing to.
And they're looking in the car with Harvick.
Just a moment ago, we witnessed something that absolutely bears repeating. At one point here, just moments ago, you had 4 SHR Ford Mustangs running inside the top 5. 2 of them looking to advance and race for a championship. Those 2 eliminated from that opportunity. Ryan Preece, obviously, and Chase.
I'm refreshing the running order as well right now.
He climbed out of that race car, walked over to his pit box, shook hands with every single member of his crew, thanking them for the season. Their plan was to race for a championship. That will come up short here tonight at Daytona, but going through and shaking the hands of every single member.
If you look at this, y'all, NASCAR.com scoring is still saying 4 to go.
We are going to overtime here at Daytona. That'll be green, white, checker. And as they sit inside the top 10, there are 4 drivers that need to win if they want to be in the playoffs. That's 4th place, Chase Elliott. 5th place, Eric Almirola.
All right, the 41 is on a wrecker, headed back to pit road, headed back to the garage.
Well, let's find out. Does any of those drivers find their way to the front of the field? Elliott.
Oh, yeah, they get plenty of fuel. They were just on pit road.
Harvick moving Chris Buescher to
What's going on, D. Marie?
Of row 1. So row 1, Ford Mustangs of Harvick and Chris Buescher, Chase Elliott, and then to the outside, Brad Keselowski. What's big about that? Well, those are teammates lining up nose to tail with 2 laps to go at Daytona. Chris Buescher and Brad Keselowski.
Yes, they are. We'll see how it plays out.
That may be lights out.
You got Bowman and Byron.
We've just gotten the 1 to go signal. That
lined up on the outside.
The restart zone presented by Geico. Switch to Geico today and see all the ways you could save. It's easy. Simply go to geico.com to get a rate quote and get started seeing how much you could save.
Buescher, Harvick, row 1. Keselowski is going to line up in row
77
2.
in the house,
Chase
y'all.
Elliott, man, he's gonna
Come on, man. I want this win so bad.
Lining up behind him in the
I want this win so bad for Harvick, y'all.
Problem is, he needs to win here also.
So Elliott is sitting in 4th place. If he wins, he's in.
Tonight of the Coke Zero Sugar 400 at Daytona Motor Racing Network with live coverage. We are in overtime here tonight. How is this thing going to play out? I think is absolutely anybody's guess.
Agreed.
See you, Regine.
We can tell you overtime, though. Take the green flag if there's an incident and a caution comes out before the leader gets back around to the start-finish line. We'll line up and do it again. We'll do it as many times as it takes. However, the green flag comes out. We do race a lap, and the leader takes.
I really don't understand why they're calling it overtime if there's 3 laps to go, y'all. I don't understand what they're doing, but.
Or a caution flag, and the field gets frozen. Time to settle it at Daytona.
The crowd is on their feet anticipating
Here we go.
the final 2 laps. As we head to overtime here in Daytona, Green is back out. Harvick on the inside.
All right, green flag, green
on
flag.
The outside, behind Kevin Harvick. Again, that is Chase Elliott. Behind Chris Buescher, that's his teammate and Brad Keselowski.
5 miles to the playoffs for somebody. Chris Buescher to the outside lane. He's got a trunk full of Brad Keselowski. Here comes Buescher. The long way around. Chris Buescher to the lead on turn 2.
Buescher takes the lead. Keselowski trying to throw the block on Harvick. Contact further back. Behind them, here comes Elliott. He's got Bowman and he's got Byron, his teammates. Now they try to make their way
Buescher to the lead.
They can't get there. They're boxed in behind a wheel-to-wheel battle for third.
RFK 1-2 on the top spot. They slide down to the bottom part of the racetrack. Cut off
Come on,
the
Harvick.
advances of Kevin Harvick. Also Chase Elliott. Here comes Eric Almirola.
Harvick being pushed by Elliott.
Of the racetrack is Kevin Harvick. White flag is in the air.
RFK teammates out front. Buescher and the 6 of Keselowski.
Here comes Kevin Harvick on the bottom.
Harvick in his final bid at the World Center of Racing. Trying to take one. He's got Chase Elliott on the back bumper. Harvick
go?
is up to third. Harvick now puts a wheel to the inside on Brad Keselowski. Here comes Harvick on the inside.
Chris Buescher leads off turn 2 for the final time here at Daytona. He's got Brad Keselowski in his hip pocket. Here comes Harvick. Chase Elliott shoving it for all he's got in 3.
Oh, come on, come on.
Everything he can, trying to work his way into the playoffs. Eric Almirola doing the same thing. He's in the 3rd spot, side by side with his teammate. But up front, it's Chris Buescher.
And it is his teammate and Brad Keselowski. Here they
Final
come
lap.
back to the line. Checkered flag is in the air, and Chris Buescher is going to win tonight at the Daytona International Speedway. He comes across the line in front of the team and the boss. Lucky Kevin Harvick is going to fade all the way back to 9th for the run for the championship. It's over for Eric Almirola and for Chase Elliott. They come home 3rd and 4th. Chris Buescher with the win. Let's go to pit road and join the celebration.
Fantastic effort down there. And by the way, with Chris Buescher picking up his 3rd win of the year, that means Bubba Wallace is going to the playoffs.
Bubba Wallace makes it into the playoffs. He'll be the 16th driver.
Season for Chris Buescher. He won at Richmond. He won at Michigan. Chris Buescher has just won tonight at Daytona.
Do you know what brand sells the most work shoes in America? Skechers. Why? Skechers has the best looking safety toe and slip resistant.
What? Well, he's in the playoffs, but he didn't win the race. All right, so Buescher gets the win, y'all. That'll be it probably for NASCAR this year on the channel. Crap. I'll show you the ending whatever order. Buescher having a hell of a year, y'all. But the RFK Fords up front, 17 and 6. Almirola ends up in 3rd. Elliott 4th. Logano 5th. Then Bowman, Busch, Byron, Harvick in 9th. And LaJoie in 10th. Chase Elliott will not make the playoffs. And Buescher's doing burnouts at Daytona. Good night, Aubrey. Have a great one, Regine. All right, I want to get out of here, y'all. I think it's going to be pretty bad, James. All right, I'm going to bounce, y'all. We'll see you in the next one. Dodger baseball tomorrow on the channel, y'all. Dodger baseball. And then we're going to have one more week before that NFL football starts off here on the channel as well. But thank you to the people that viewed. Thank you for the couple that did donate. Appreciate y'all. And we'll see you in the next one. Good night, Gracie. Valhalla Sports Talk is off the air.